That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Acknowledge this show, Unsportsmanlike Conduct, a very special episode. Draft time, baby. It is draft day. I am Sonny Weaver Jr. today. Devontae Mack, no matter what today, baby. That's all I'm saying. Mello, what's going on, friends? How everything? You ready?
I'm ready, and as everyone out there knows, I'm Mello or David Putney because I feel like it today.
Feel like it. That's it, because you feel like it. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good shit. Yes, we will be, because we have 20 or so minutes to the draft, probably a little longer because of the whole pre-show bullshit. The rookies are actually appearing on stage right now. It's on my left as I speak. But we are going to give you some more action-packed stuff. We will start with the NBA playoffs. Very exciting NBA playoffs. I know it's very exciting for you. Very excited for
Absolutely is.
the boss, which is going to be a
I
very...
feel like everybody on the show.
Everybody, yeah, but you guys are facing each other. You guys are facing each other. So, the Knicks beat Cleveland. The Heat upset the Bucks. That's going to be a nice showdown. Old school 90s style showdown. Just not as physical because they're not allowed to do that kind of stuff they used to do back in the day. But, Dave, hit us up with some NBA talk.
So before I start off, I do need to, I know he's not here, but I need to apologize to the boss. And that is because I really, really thought Donovan Mitchell, I thought Cleveland was gonna be a foe, a force against the Knicks, but I was wrong. The lights were too bright for Cleveland. Even Jared Allen said it, too bright for them. And you know what? The Knicks did what they had to do. They closed out the series yesterday, and now they're facing none other than the Miami Heat. And before I begin, I just want our audience out there, for you guys to hear a nice little tune, because this is what's going to be happening.
Oh, no.
What's what the Knicks are going to be hearing for the next 4 games. Yes, I said it, 4 games.
4? You already predicted 4. Is that real? Can you see the heat? That's a real song?
Yes, sir.
Can you feel it? Can you see it? It's Miami. That's terrible.
Yes, it's Miami Heat, baby. The number 8 seed, they didn't just, go out there and, go to a 7-game series. No. They took down the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks, who I think were still favored to make the finals. Even after they were down 3-1, they beat them. Jimmy, whatever you want to call him, Butler took care of business and just made a phenomenal, incredible, miraculous game-tying shot that's taken it to overtime, and then they shut down Giannis. They shut down that entire team and took over. And, I'm proud of the squad. I know I said it a couple weeks ago. I wouldn't be mad if they lost in the play-in because it just didn't seem that they were going to beat the Bucks unless someone got hurt. Giannis ended up getting hurt 3 minutes into 11 minutes into game 1. And then that was just the game changer. He wasn't healthy. They couldn't come back from it. And Jimmy Buckets, man, he is making his name again in the playoffs, and gotta love to see it. He doesn't quit, and I love to see that.
That's a terrible song, by the way. I just want to tell you that's terrible.
Come on, you have to feel it in your soul.
No, that's a terrible, horrible song. As far as team songs go. So, but there's not really many good team songs anyway. Most of them do suck. So we'll leave it at that. But real quick now, you said 4. Are you predicting a 4-game sweep of the New York Knicks by the Miami Heat? I think the boys
I'll
might
be
call. He might have to call in real quick if that's what you're doing.
no. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't think it's gonna be four. I do think the Heat match up better against them, but I will say they closed it out over there, right? Yeah, let's be nice. Heat in five.
Heat in 5.
Heat in five.
Heat in
No
5.
one on the team is gonna stop Jimmy Butler.
Okay. All right. All right. So, all right. Let's move on to another series then. Let's talk about my team. My team. Celtics took care of the Hawks. They've got themselves a great series coming up with the Philadelphia Sixers. Nobody likes Philly. Oh wait, Eric likes Philly. He's gonna come on in a minute and talk about Philly. He doesn't like basketball Philly. He likes football Philly. So yeah. So how do you see this series going?
I think this is gonna be a really really tough series. I think man, Boston is just they're gonna be hard to beat, and I think that series goes seven. Who comes out on top? I know my prediction was the Sixers to go to the NBA Finals. However, I wouldn't be mad if it was Boston, just because I would want eventually Embiid to want to leave the Sixers and go elsewhere. So that's just me as a homer, but I think it will go seven. I don't know who yet I want to who I think is gonna win, but I think it does go seven. How about you, Timmy? What are you thinking here?
I'd like to say 6. Celtics in 6. Just my prediction.
They,
I again,
they firing on all cylinders.
they are, and listen, every top seed that gets knocked off for us is a lot better. So I'll thank the Heat for knocking off those Bucks. That was pretty awesome. So I said every time you guys knock off one of these top seeds, I'm game for that. I don't want it to come down to Celtics Knicks because I'll blow my brains out. So, and being in this city too, I can't wear anything. I'll get harassed and assaulted on a daily basis. So I don't
You
want that.
probably won't be able to go anywhere because they've been
No.
shutting down like after not even winning the series. They're like after winning games, they're shutting down streets in New York.
What else do we have?
But
What's those other?
well, the Warriors are still in it. If they end up winning, there's a very funny. I forgot who was it that posted it, but it's very funny if the Warriors win. The remaining teams, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh,
Oh
and I
yeah,
think the Lakers have to win too, but they
yeah.
haven't won yet. So I think if the Lakers and Warriors win, you get one seed, 1 2 seed, 1 3 seed, 1 4 seed, 1 5 seed, 1 6 seed, 1 7th, and 1 8 seed that would advance into the second round.
That's crazy. That's good stuff though. With the Lakers, by the way, they might be on their way out pretty soon, which I think is hysterical. How do you see that series finishing? You think they're gonna get knocked off?
I don't know. The next game is in LA. I think they're just a little tougher to beat right now. And it's what we said. They're one of those teams that, even though they're a seventh seed, they're one of those teams that is not really a seventh seed.
Yeah,
They could come out
true.
and they could beat your Grizzlies for sure. I mean, they've beaten them already 3 times. And it's LeBron James. He doesn't, I don't think he's ever lost a game seven, if I'm not wrong. Whenever he gets there, he wins it. So if it does go to game seven, it's going to be hard to be able to beat the King. But maybe, this is the year. They lost last year in the first round. Never happened to him again. It never happened to him before in his career. Maybe this is the year where he loses a game seven. Who knows? But should be interesting. And there was one more thing to that. Oh, we can kind of talk a little bit about load management here because the Clippers got eliminated by the Suns earlier this week. And Kawhi Leonard got hurt. Was it game 3 or 2?
3, I think. 2. I
And
don't
then
know.
he didn't play the rest of the series. And this is the man who basically they created load management for, and he can't get past the first round. He was
Yep.
off for almost 2 entire years, and somehow still it does not matter. So this load management thing seems still ridiculous to me. But what is Kawhi going to do? Play 40 games? He's going to play half the season just so he can make it to the playoffs?
He's yeah. I'm not gonna mention that guy because that guy is yeah. Whatever. I don't care. What else we got?
I'm thinking so. Then we got the Nuggets. They would play. Oh, they're still waiting. They're still the Nuggets advanced. And what was the other team that advanced? Oh, and then the Suns. So we're still waiting for Lakers, Grizzlies, and Warriors, Kings. Which it looks like the Warriors are going to be able to pull through against the Kings now that De'Aaron Fox is hurt. It kind of sucks because it felt like they had their number, and it sucks to see a young team go down. But I still think they'll come back next year and even be stronger.
What else we got? That it? That's all of them? No, not all of them, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's everything. Excellent. Well, so how do you see this shaking out then? You really think, if you're looking at it right now, who's in the finals? Just the way the first round went down, who do you see in the finals right now? If you had to pick them,
I'm gonna go still with my original prediction. I'm gonna go Sixers Suns.
Sixers, Suns. Okay, I like it. I like it. We are being joined by two very special guests. One you may know, well you should know by now because he's everywhere. He is my tag team partner on Just Too Sweet. He also has his very own talk show, Mr. Eric Zant. Welcome to the show, Eric.
At ease, gentlemen. At ease.
And we also have another special guest. He is our new hockey expert joining Pop Culture Pros. Give it up for Anthony. Oh, well, if I'm in New York, so I'm going to say Anthony. Is that okay?
That's all good. That's perfect. That's perfect. Works great.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How's everyone else doing?
Ready, man. We're pumped up.
Hanging in there.
Great. You joined at the perfect time. Both of y'all joined at the perfect time.
This is my favorite time of the year, the NFL draft. And I love doing this show, even though it's probably going to be like 3 hours.
Where the fuck's the boss?
He had so I'm glad you brought that up. He had a personal family issue.
Okay.
Which he'll let you know in the chats about eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, shout out to you, boss. I'm thinking about you and the family, and it's one of those issues that let him tell you what's going on. Hey, he will not be joining us tonight.
None of my business. None of my business.
They threw the reins to us, and we're going to take them and run with it. So that's
Dave. Dave, it's nice to see you.
You too, AZ. 2 times in 1 week.
Yeah, I mean, you all right? Or
I'm doing great. Just a little stuffy thanks to some lovely Florida allergies. But
and I have a cold.
Nothing little draft day.
I think I get a cold every year on draft day for some reason. I don't know what the hell what goes on with that, but I do have a little cold too. All right, so we did basketball, and it's just a coincidence that the 2 hockey guys happen to show up. So let's get into a little hockey. Eric, I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna go to you first because I know you must be very, very happy the way things are currently going with your Toronto Maple Leafs.
I am very happy with it. If not for the sole reason that, and I'm not even making this up, that everybody shit on the Leafs. Everybody said they weren't even going to make it this far. Everybody said Tampa Bay is going to fucking. No, I know you didn't, Dave. You, Anthony, too.
You're back there.
Anthony, too. Anthony had faith.
Tampa. Or I picked Toronto, excuse me.
Yeah, but
I picked Tampa. I didn't pick Tampa to shit on Toronto. I picked Tampa because they're just that annoying.
Well, I'm saying the general
finds their way through.
Yeah, the general sports world gives up on Toronto so easily, and but no, I'm extremely stoked about what's going on, and they're actually, and it isn't fluke play. They're actually playing good, and it's about fucking time. But like we've talked about, and we've said it a million times, playoff hockey, totally different entity. These guys, those matches that they've been shoving up their ass all season that haven't been lit, maybe they're finally on fire. Maybe we're going to get something out of them. And hey, listen, I know it's not going to happen, but I would love it if they even made it to the fucking the semifinal. You know what I mean?
Never say never.
Never say never. It's hockey. Never say never.
We said this 20 times the other night. Anything can happen in the hockey playoffs.
Anything can happen.
And look what Florida's doing to Boston. Florida's giving them everything they can handle.
Yeah, Boston's having a tough time with them, and
I'm telling you, I think Bob's gotten in their head. 44 saves the other night. I'm thinking he might have gotten in their head.
That was crazy,
and
I loved every minute of it.
Chuck's in their head, living rent free the whole series, just pissing everybody off every time he steps on the ice.
If the Panthers knock off the Bruins, I'm going to get a temporary tattoo right there of the Florida Panthers. Temporary, not a temporary tattoo right there. Florida Panthers.
Okay, so Tim, if the Leafs make it far, say they beat Tampa, and okay, I know they're gonna have either they got to play the winner of the
Florida Boston.
Florida Boston. So if they play Florida and they beat that series, can you do a temporary Leaf?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Listen,
nice.
If I had to pick one Canadian team I'd want to see win, it'd be them.
Yeah.
It'd be them because it's been so long for those poor people.
67. 1967 will be forever burned right here in my mind.
All right, so Anthony, real quick, I said because we got first pick coming up in 4 minutes. And we'll go back and forth though. We're not going to talk all football for the next 3 hours. That's just insane because we're not, I'm not going to talk about the guy's speed and agility and his muscles and all that crap. But run us through a couple of these series real quick, Anthony. They've been great. I've been watching a few of them too. You start wherever you want to start. But yeah, what do you think of these series so far?
They've been fantastic. We talked about it on A to Z on Friday. What an unbelievable start to the playoffs. Round one, right off the bat, just getting great series all around. We talked about the variety of the different kinds of series that we're getting to see. Dallas, Minnesota is, a UFC fight on skates every night. Florida, Boston is, David versus Goliath, and David's fighting back pretty hard right now. Even look at Seattle, second year team, Seattle Kraken, giving Colorado everything they can handle as they're up 3-2 now. And 2 big games coming up for them. They get a home game in Game 6. A lot of people starting to wonder, can they knock off the defending Stanley Cup champs in Seattle, Game 6? I think they got a really good shot. They've been giving that team a lot of trouble. Edmonton, LA has been one of the series I pegged as one of my must-watch series to begin, and I don't believe they've disappointed at all. Of the 5 games so far, 3 of them have went to overtime, and they've all been phenomenal games. Every game has had a comeback at one point in time by at least one goal deficit by one of the teams. It's been a tremendous series. It looks like Edmonton may have finally kind of taken the bull by the horns here in that last series. The offense was clicking. Los Angeles had really put a major emphasis on stopping the McDavid line, and the Edmonton secondary scoring has really stepped up. Huge games from Zach Hyman, amongst others. They look good. They look like they're about to take it. I'm missing a series here. Toronto, Tampa going on right now. 1-1 at the end of one. Toronto wins
Devils
tonight. It's over. Rangers Devils is the other one. I really did not expect, after seeing the way those first 2 games went in New Jersey, with the Rangers just doing whatever they wanted, I did not expect the series to be tied at 2 going back to New Jersey.
No,
that's where we're at.
This is why I don't talk shit until the series is over. I don't say a word until the series are over.
So how's your records looking so far, Anthony? Like of who you've picked to come out of the first round?
So I had Colorado over Seattle. Right now I'm down there. I had Edmonton, so I'm up there. I did pick Boston, but in the article I did touch on the fact that Florida probably wasn't the best matchup for them, but I didn't feel confident enough that the matchup being a little challenging for a team like Boston, that Florida had a real chance. But I'm starting to wonder now, because Florida wins Game 6, which is a home game for them. All bets are off for Game 7. Game 7 in the hockey, I mean, good luck. You want to bet on that? Just do it at your own risk. Jets, Golden Knights. The Jets looked like they were going to put up a much better fight after Game 1. Has not been the case since. Injuries have really derailed them. I had the Golden Knights winning that one. They are up there. Maple Leafs, Lightning. I did, as we talked about earlier, I did pick the Maple Leafs to win that one. I did not expect them to be up 3-1 right now. I won't lie to you there.
I didn't either.
I did think they'd pull it out, but I did not expect this. 3-1 is a little shocking to me.
They're playing tonight, right?
They're on right now.
They're on right now, yeah. So, dude, if they win, it's over, man. It's
they win
over
tonight. That's the series. That's it. I'm missing the Rangers Devils series. I picked the Rangers. I thought the Devils were going to give them a challenge. The Devils were a very good team. I just felt that the Rangers experience, playoff experience especially, that's a team that was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and then this season added 3 Stanley Cup champions to their roster. So I felt pretty good that they were a team that could go in there and handle business against New Jersey. Outside of the first 2 games, though, they have not done so, and a lot of that has to do with their top line. Their top line has just not been putting points on the board. Artemi Panarin, Mika Zibanejad, Chris Kreider was really the only one scoring for them there for a while, and even that has slowed down now. They've got to get some scoring going. They can't have the kid line being the only guys going out there putting pucks in the net. It's not going to work.
And they're down right now.
And they're down 1-0 in the first. I was just looking at it. Every time I look over here, I got the scores pulled up, so I'm looking at them.
Oh, let's make it official, by the way. Dave, Anthony, Dave. So now you guys know each other better.
What's up?
Nice to meet you finally, man. I love the shirt, by the way.
Thank you. DuckTales.
Hockey guy, basketball guy. There you go. We have it all together, wrapped up into one. We have everybody here tonight, which is awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit draft real quick. We had Lamar Jackson signing today, probably the most richest contract in NFL history. Who's not worth that much money? I'm sorry, I'm going to put it out there and say it. I don't care what anybody says. He's not worth the richest contract in NFL history. Anybody have a opinion on that that goes against me, or you agree with me, or what? Mello, we'll start with you.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's not worth it. He's a former MVP. He just hasn't had the right weapons. He also has a problem of injuries. But I'm just wondering, is this the contract he wanted? And the Ravens just weren't trying to give it to him, or did he want more? And he came down eventually to this. Like, that's kind of what I want to know, because this
Or maybe
at the
Odell
different contract.
Beckham and Nelson Aguilar were like, okay, maybe I'll come back and play for you guys. But like you said, yeah, is this the contract he wanted? I have no idea.
Because
No.
Well, my other question would be: Does he really feel that Odell Beckham is enough of a weaponry for him? I mean, I love Odell Beckham, but we haven't seen him play in 18 months now.
He's fragile.
And even that last year in Los Angeles, it wasn't like he was tearing it up. I mean,
fragile.
I mean, he was on his way to he might have been the MVP, but of course, what happens? He gets hurt. It's like he always
the
does.
fragile showed itself.
He's fragile all the time, and that's the problem with him. Eric, worth the money?
No.
No, I think I agree. I agree with you.
No, not that. No, not that. No, for all things considered in this what we're talking. No, I don't think so.
Me and Mello are Giants fans. Anthony, who do you like with football?
I'm a Dolphins fan.
You're a Dolphin. All right, so let's go. Oh, you don't even have a pick this round.
No, we're not picking tonight. I'm here for moral support.
All right, well, Dave, I'll start with you then, Dave. Giants to that 25. We can go many different directions. What do you want Giants to do? Does it matter who's picked before? Are you set on a certain position? Who do you want the Giants? Not who, but what position do you want the Giants to acknowledge in the first round?
Acknowledge. I want them to get an offensive lineman. I don't want a receiver. I want someone that
good call
can protect. Oh my God, protect Daniel Jones. Again, like I've said before, I don't want any excuses these next 2 years as, oh, he still doesn't have protection. What if he had protection? What if he had this? Oh, let's, extend his contract another 50 years because we just don't know if he's good or not. I don't want any more excuses. Give me an offensive lineman. You can figure out receiver later. Give me an O-line. He had no receivers last year, and we made the playoffs. So obviously we don't need a number one round wide receiver. We also never really good with picking receivers in the first round, with the exception of Odell. Give me an O-lineman.
But even that one, I mean, he like those first few years took off like a rocket, and then,
it faded out.
Hasn't really been the same since.
And again, the team too went to shit. Also, though, the offensive line started dying out, and Eli started playing bad because of that, and it just went all this shit altogether. Then the picture on the boat, and that was the end of the world. So
that was
forget that.
It's so overplayed. I've seen that picture more times than I care.
I'm so sick of it. Eric, the Eagle fan, made it to the Super Bowl, lost in the Super Bowl. What do you want to see the Eagles do in the first round? What position do you want to see them fill?
I think I kind of feel they've got. Look, I think their offense is great. I think their running game is solid. I think obviously Jalen Hurts is amazing, and I think they got a couple of great receivers. Their O-line is decent, but their defense is really good. But I would like to see some. I would like to probably see some. Just beef up maybe a linebacker, get a linebacker like an outside linebacker, and maybe get another deep back. Like a safety or something like that. But I'm looking for defense. I'm looking for defense.
All right, so Andy, let's just play around then.
You give me a team. Tell you what I think they should do.
Oh no, I want your team. I want to hear what you say. That the sound goes off. There's been a trade. The Dolphins somehow miraculously trade up into the first round. Dolphins have plenty of holes to fill. What hole you want them to fill first? If they were to make a drastic trade into the first round, which means they're not messing around. They have to get to a position to fill immediately. Where do you think they're going?
A medic staff.
If they were going to make the trade to get into the first round, I would hope that it's for an offensive lineman. Obviously, Teron Armstead looked great last year when he played, but he did miss time, and that's always been the knock on Teron Armstead. He's one of the best 4 or 5 tackles in all of football when he's healthy. The problem is he's going to miss a handful of games every year. It's just a matter of when those missed games come. They need more offensive line depth. You can't go. I hate the fact that they seem content going into the season with Austin Jackson starting on one side and guys like Liam Eichenberg rotating in the middle. I'm just not a fan of that personally. Obviously, it wasn't a huge issue when Tua was healthy last year, as he led most quarterbacks, or he led all quarterbacks in most of the analytical categories. So I'm not an expert on that, but it seems to me like they could definitely use some offensive line help.
Real quick, Anthony. Real quick. How do you feel about Tua? Like he had there was a lot of hype and controversy surrounding him this season. Where do you lie with all that? And what is your overall feeling of all the things that have gone on last season with him?
So it's been quite an emotional roller coaster as a Dolphins fan with Tua. I was probably the happiest I have ever been on draft night the year they took him. Because I believed in him. I knew the hip injury was something serious, but I believed that he could, be a franchise guy. I still believe he can be a franchise guy, but he's got to be able to stay on the field.
Do you think he's fragile, or do you think he's got some grit that we haven't seen yet?
So we're gonna find out this year, because I think this is it for him.
You think this is a make or break? This season's going to be he's either going to be in or he's going to fizzle.
Yeah, I think if you looked at what the Dolphins were doing with the way that they were positioning themselves with draft picks before they lose the first round pick due to the whole Tom Brady incident a year ago, they were positioning themselves to where last year was going to be the decision year on Tua, where he either got the job done or they had the ammunition to go get someone that they felt was the right guy.
Okay.
Obviously, they lose one first round pick because of the Tom Brady thing. And then after that, you don't really have enough ammunition, especially once you're talking like, a pick that's going to be right around 20 to 24. You don't really have the ammunition to get all the way up then high enough to get a rookie. So they traded the other first round pick to go get Bradley Chubb, which I don't have any issue with. Edge rushers or premium position, I have no problem with that. So I think being they don't have the picks this year, obviously you got to wait one more year.
His last name is Chud?
Chubb.
Bradley Chubb.
Oh, I thought you said Chud. I'm like, that's fucking great. There's finally a Chud in the NFL that,
My biggest fear, though, if the Dolphins do trade into round one tonight, is that they're doing it to go get a running back and that they're doing it to go get Jahmyr Gibbs from Alabama.
Yeah, I got him going to Cincy. I have him going to Cincy.
I mean, I like him a lot. I don't think he should go in the first round. I mean, running, but that position in general is just not as valuable as it used to be. And
it's not, is it?
What do you weigh in at? 192 pounds, 193 pounds?
I got Eric, bad news for you on my mock draft. I got the Eagles taking Bijan Robinson, running back.
Really?
I do.
Somebody.
Really?
Oh, that's bad. That kid's special.
How strongly are you feeling with that? Do you think is that a strong possibility?
Listen, my mock draft goes out the window the first time someone makes a trade. I didn't try to bring trades. I went straight down the list. Oh, look at this. Mahomes is on with the trophy. Screw you. Yeah, my thing goes out the window as soon as someone makes a trade. I think we're gonna get a trade. I think Houston's trading out a second spot.
Oh,
how close were you with the pardon my take, guys?
I have no idea. I didn't compare mine to anybody else's. I just went.
Oh, you didn't. Well, I saw you posted. I wasn't sure if you were.
But if I have to go with Dave on this one though, I mean I'm actually going to be this year. If the Giants take a wide receiver, an offensive lineman, a linebacker, or a cornerback, I'm good. I'm happy with any one of those positions getting upgraded. Any one of them. With what we did in the offseason, I also want an offensive lineman, which means they're not going to take one because I never get it right.
Talking an interior guy though, right? Like a
guard center. I want a guard center combo kind of guy. Yeah, well, our tackles are set. We're set for tackles.
I was about to say. I just wanted to be sure because I was about to say I love the tackles they have. No, I wish the Dolphins had those tackles.
I would love a guy who could play guard or center, both even. I want a really mean, vicious linebacker, which there aren't too many of them out there in the first place. If they're going to go early. Jalen Carter, he's supposed to be the top guy. He's even better than he's supposed to be ranked number 1 technically in the draft of all the athletes coming out, but the quarterbacks get all the hype because they're supposed to go like 5 of them in the top 10.
Yeah, if we weren't talking positional scarcity or anything like that, I think he's the best player in the draft by far.
Yeah,
like he's ridiculous.
Which is why Arizona better not screw up.
Well, there's been a lot of talk that teams are worried about his whole incident a few months back with the car crash that that he might fall down the board a little bit, and that's why I've seen several mocks with him falling to 10 to Philly. I will say this: if he falls to 10 after they just lost Javon Hargrave to San Francisco, there's no way they're passing on him at 10 if he's there for them.
No. All right. Well,
I got a question for you guys though. I got a question for the Giants fans.
Carolina is on the clock.
Oh, that's right. We're live now. Yep. Beautiful. I got a question for you guys, Giants fans. Would you be opposed to trading down and getting some more picks?
At 25? Out of the first round, you mean?
Possibly. More than likely at that point, it's going to have to be out of the first round unless it's just picking up like an extra like fourth round pick to move down a couple spots. Yeah, would you be interested in moving maybe into like what would that be, like pick 35, 36, 37, like that range there, and maybe picking up, an additional second or a couple of thirds and stuff like that?
I don't know, because we have 10 picks. So maybe early second round, I would be interested. Like you said, 33, 34, 35, somewhere around there. I could probably float that depending on who's left in the first round.
Right. Who's there when they pick.
If you have a megastar of everyone says you can't miss guy and you pass him up to trade, then I'll be a little pissed off. But no, if they were going to get early second round pick, I'd be all right with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. I wouldn't mind that either. Kind of like what they did. Was it 2 years ago when they ended up, because the Eagles and Dallas decided to cahoots with each other and not let us get Devontae Smith, and then we traded out to the 20 pick or whatever. I don't mind them doing something like that if the guy they want is gone.
Unfortunately, we got Kadarius Toney, and now he's
a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl champion who couldn't stay on the field for us. So we'll see.
He missed time with them too.
Yeah, he did. So the consensus is Bryce Young is going to go first. I don't see how the Panthers will possibly mess that up. But C.J. Stroud having a little bit of controversy the last couple of days. Now, has that been confirmed that he blew the freaking the test?
The Wonderlic.
The Wonderlic test. Is that true? Have we confirmed that? Was that true?
So I saw a report last week that said that he had scored like a 98% or some crap that said he had one of the highest scores of the last decade. And then that report came out a couple of days ago saying that he scored so terrible. So I have no idea what to believe in that.
That's so weird. Like I said, will that affect my thinking of him? I don't think it would affect me, to be honest with you. I think Stroud has a higher ceiling than Bryce Young does, which only means he needs more work. But still, I think he can be a better quarterback eventually. But I want to see the Texans trade out. If I was the Texans, I would trade out.
So did you see the report from Jay Glazer today?
No.
Jay Glazer basically confirmed or reported that it was going to be Bryce Young first overall, and that before the Bears had traded the pick to Carolina, the Bears actually had a trade lined up to trade down to 2 with Houston. So basically Houston and Chicago would have just swapped 1 and 2. Houston would have had the first pick then, and then the Bears would have still traded down with Carolina from 2 to 9. And then at the time, it was because Houston really wanted Bryce Young. At the end of the day, Houston balked at the asking price. The pick ends up going to Carolina, and now Houston's sitting at 2. And I think that's where the reports have come from of Houston not taking a quarterback at 2.
That would be, yeah, I would like that.
I agree with you, though. If they're not taking a quarterback, you can't stay there at 2. You got to trade down. You cannot stay at 2 and not take a quarterback.
I'm sure Indy's going to want to move up. Tennessee's going to want to move up. A lot of these teams that need quarterbacks are going to want to move up. So if you can sneak in a couple extra picks with that too, and Houston too. Houston already has a bunch of picks.
Yep.
And a lot of holes. And this Henderson Hooker guy creeped up from the second round to the first. He's like the underdog, right? He's the guy who no one's really talking about. Houston may end up just taking that guy at the end of the first round or whatever, and say, "Hey, we got our quarterback. You guys, suck it." And I also just heard from my buddy Mel Kiper, which, by the way, anything he says I do not believe or I go against. That he thinks the Houston's going to take Will Levis out of Kentucky, and then forget about C.J. Stroud. So that's not going to happen because Mel Kiper never gets a pick right in his life.
Colin Cowherd is not great with it either.
Cowherd is good with opinions, not facts.
Not facts. Not facts.
He's a bit of a dummy when it comes to facts.
Yeah, he's a goofy fuck.
Now, this is I don't understand. You know who you're going to pick. Why are we still waiting? Why is there only 4 minutes left? That's the one thing about the draft that pisses me off. You know who you're picking.
Oh, by the way, guys, somebody wants to say hi.
Uh-oh. Is he there?
No.
It's Big Jack.
Jack the cat. Jack's
So
a girl, Dave.
Jack's a girl?
Yeah.
She's cute.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
So I was watching earlier, and Sal Palantonio was reporting for Carolina. Wasn't he like always like the head Eagle guy?
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on there with that.
I remember always when the
Oh,
Giants
fuck.
play
The
Eagles.
Lightning fucking scored. Fuck.
That's all right. You guys have come back down the last 2 games. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Come on. There's no lead that's not
They're on the
safe
fucking
there.
power play, too. Shit.
Oh, yeah, guys. Feel free in between picks to throw out some scores so we know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, they just scored. Tampa just scored. They're on the power play.
So what is it, 1-0?
Motherfuckers. 2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
How about before we get all we still got 3 minutes. A little baseball, Timmy. Our Yankees are not looking so great as of late.
They got their asses handed to them by the Twins of all teams.
Mm.
Well, surprise, surprise, a certain big, huge moron that we got from the Marlins is on the DL again. Excuse me, the IL. Can't say disabled, God forbid. He's on the IL again.
Don't say that.
It still throws me off so many years later. It's been like 3 years. I still.
Yeah, he's on the ill. Ew. He's on the ill.
I'm ailing, yo.
It's
Dude,
a long
pitching.
season, you know.
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried, but they need to address their pitching. I mean, Rodon hasn't played yet. We don't know what the hell he's going to do. And, Stanton is fragile. He's the king of fragile, that guy.
Not to interrupt the baseball talk, I've got an interesting hockey story that just popped up. Valery Nichushkin, forward for the Colorado Avalanche, he hasn't played the last 2 games of the series. He was said to be out for personal reasons. Well, the Denver Post has just put out an article reporting that he was involved in a police incident at the team hotel in Seattle the other night, which resulted in a woman who was found intoxicated in his room being transported to the hospital for medical treatment. He left Seattle immediately that day.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
That doesn't sound very good.
That's nope.
What's more shocking is that's a hockey story. That's usually an NFL.
Well,
NBA.
listen. Those motherfuckers are vicious, man. Like, there's some. I've heard some pretty fucked up hazing stories and some pretty fucked up, up and coming stories of these guys with people. Like the hockey guys, they're not all fucking. They're not just wholesome Canadian beaver skin trading, syrup drinking fucks. They can, they're fucking weird up there. I mean, what do you got? You got winter hockey and fucking whatever.
The pick is in.
There it is.
Oh, pick is in. What's up? Let's have it.
We all know who it is.
Yep.
What's the swerve?
No swerve.
Nope.
Bryce Young, quarterback,
Bryce Young.
Alabama. Look at this guy.
No surprises there.
No surprises. If there's going to be a surprise, we're going to see it right now.
Yeah.
Houston might pull a nice swerve. And then again, Arizona could pull a swerve also. They need so much. They may trade out. They may trade out also.
So wait. Who picked him?
Carolina.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Now you got Houston, who is rumored to trade out. Arizona may trade out. There's supposedly the Patriots are trading Mac Jones and switching plays. It's a. I'm hoping it's a clusterfuck. I really am. I like when they get all crazy in these drafts. Because you watch all the experts panic and go into like, oh, this guy's pick here. Oh, my mock draft is done. Oh, relax.
Mel Kiper must be like, yes, I got one finally.
Mel Kiper, he said before, he thinks Houston's going to take Will Levis out of Kentucky. Let's see.
I think that's a huge mistake.
Let's just see what he says.
I think one of the Pardon My Take guys said that too. I don't know which one, but I think one of them was saying that.
Did they not watch like any of him playing college football?
I guess not.
Probably not.
I mean, like at least the Anthony Richardson stuff, like I can understand. You know, like the Will Levis stuff though, like I don't get it at all. I'm like, why?
He seems like a Titan anyway to me. Will Levis looks like a Titan to me.
That's what his ceiling would probably be about Ryan Tannehill, so that's probably about right. Man,
Look at these idiots.
I like Bryce. The thing that worries me, so you look at like some of the shorter quarterbacks that have gone over the last decade or so. You know, you look at someone like Russell Wilson, and not to talk about people's body types, but Russell Wilson got like that dude's got like a solid core to him. You look at his like his legs and stuff, he's built.
Don't body shame me.
But even look at Tua. Tua's the same way. Dude got like big legs. You look at Bryce Young, he looks very tiny, like very, very tiny.
Tua got that Samoan.
Is he like Doug Flutie, tiny, or
he's not quite that short, but he's skinny. That's what scares me about quarterbacks like that.
He's very skinny.
It's like Kyler though. Kyler's like that. I mean, he's gained a little bit of weight being in the league, but he's not thick like the other guys are.
And that's why he gets his ass handed to him every week. Kyler. Yankees up. Yankees up 1-0.
Yeah, if not, I feel like with these small quarterbacks, if they're not thick, like you're saying, you end up with like the Michael Vick situation where they get hit and
that's it.
That's it.
Doesn't
matter how much padding you put on them, it's gonna hurt them and they're gonna be out.
Wasn't Cordell Stewart little? Was he a little guy?
He was fast though. He was skinny.
He was fast.
He was tall and skinny though, wasn't he?
Was he tall? I thought he was like 5'11", 6 foot maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I thought he was over 6 foot. I could be wrong though.
No, I'm probably wrong, Anthony. Don't ever when you're going back and forth with me and say I'm probably just consider I'm probably going to be wrong. That's
Texans did not trade. The pick is in.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh.
So that's one that they're wrong. Sons of bitches. Oh my god.
Cordell Stewart was 6'1".
There we go. Yeah.
6'1". Okay.
He was just tall and lanky, but fast. Slash. I hated that guy. Slash.
Man, are they really going to take Levis here?
I can't wait. I'm excited. I love the excitement. I'm happy I got one right or two right, maybe if they pick him here.
Twitter's ahead of the curve as usual.
Oh,
Are they?
Shams over here reporting draft picks.
Well, I think the boss said that there was a guy that sends the picks out before, right, Timmy?
Yeah, he sends the picks out before they're even announced anywhere.
Shams has got it. He posted it almost a minute and a half ago. He's got the second pick already in. See if he's right. I mean, I assume he will be. He won't.
You want to break the news?
Like, where's the fun of that, man?
CJ Stroud. So they don't fuck it up. I think that's the right pick for them. I still think Anthony Richardson probably has the highest ceiling of any of these guys. I think Stroud might be the most ready to step on a football field tomorrow and play, though.
And they have another first-round pick. They pick at 12 also.
Yeah.
They're going to address another big. I think they're going to go wide receiver at 12.
That getting his college teammate wouldn't be so bad.
Come on, you morons! If Twitter knows who it is, how come it's not being announced already?
Elon Musk, he probably hooked it up to an electric car and it's got a rocket in it and some weird South African seagrass. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So Timmy, did you have Stroud at 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. My picks were based on no trades whatsoever. That's all. That's the only way I picked it. I think the top three are like the same that everybody had for the top three.
You had Anderson third?
No, I have
Carter third.
Carter third.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, because he would have went first if these first two teams didn't need a quarterback. He is the best guy. He's the best athlete in the draft day. Everyone's saying that. Come on, Texans.
Yeah, this makes no sense why it's taking so long. This is probably the most annoying thing about it. It's like the pick's in, just tell us.
Yeah.
Ian Rappaport reporting the same thing now, though, as well. So it sounds like it is accurate.
Here we go.
Going to be Stroud here. I won't keep jumping in early on these. I know that'll get annoying.
We should just put Twitter up on the screen now instead of fucking the actual draft.
Yeah, honestly.
There it is.
Twitter.
C.J. Stroud, Ohio State. I can't wait to see these guys play next year. Him too. He's a little guy.
Well, he's a lot bigger than Bryce though. He got a little bit of weight on him at least.
So no Mac Jones then to Texans.
I
What
think
kind of
nobody
suit
wants-
is that?
I don't-
You see
I don't
his
think
suit?
anybody wants Mac.
His suit looks like he has like cake on it, like he spilled cake on himself or something.
I had funfetti.
It's a weird suit.
Yeah, he's not too small. 6'3", 215. Not bad.
At least 6'3". He didn't look 6'3".
He doesn't look 6'3" when he's on the field.
6'3" is a big person. I've stood next to Ed. He's a big guy.
CJ. I like it better than Will Levis. He's gonna go to Indianapolis. Oh God. So I guess now the draft really starts, right? Arizona.
Yeah, now it really starts. Any no updates on the hockey, basketball, baseball, nothing?
Still 2-1.
2-1
Last I
Toronto. Rangers, Devils still up 1. End of the first. There's 9 minutes left in the second on the Lightning Maple Leaf game. Second period.
Yeah, Celtics Hawks is about to tip off here in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
They're trying to get me to fucking bet 121.50 on the Jets Golden Knights. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Is it in Vegas? It's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas, yeah.
I have Richardson going to Indy.
It's not a terrible one. Winnipeg's pretty banged up. They said Morrissey's going to try and play tonight, but I don't see it.
I don't think. Personally, no, but I'm gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Elimination game, yeah, I could see. I mean, these guys, they're freaks of nature when it comes to these injuries and them playing through it. Wasn't it Peter Forsberg playing in the Stanley Cup Finals with a ruptured spleen or a lacerated spleen?
It's something like that. Ruptured, lacerated. Yeah, it was something fucked up. He was. Well, Forsberg was. Oh my god, I don't want to get into a big Peter Forsberg thing, but I mean, he was amazing, but he was very fragile. Like he never played, I don't think, a full season.
Yeah, and it only got worse as he got older.
It got worse as he got older.
Hockey, you can understand that. I'm sorry, but you can.
You can, but I mean, there's just guys that I mean, they're great, they're phenomenal, but they're like Crosby. Crosby gets hurt a lot.
Can you imagine a hockey player saying, "I can't play 2 nights in a row"? He get the shit beat out of him.
It's like wrestlers nowadays. They can't wrestle 2 nights in a row. They need like 4 days off, and
that's because they want to have a long career and not,
they don't.
Just wrestle like 2 years.
Don't even start coming up with these excuses. Like all these guys are still alive. Flair, Bob Backlund,
all these guys, and how many of them died a lot sooner than they should have?
There's a pretty long list of ones that aren't.
Well, that's because they fucking took fistfuls of pills and vials of steroids, man. That's
Oh yeah, by the way, they added 2 more episodes of Dark Side of the Ring.
I saw that. The Junkyard Dog
and Bash at the Beach 2000 and the Graham Family.
The Graham Family, that's the one, not Junkyard Dog. The Graham Family.
Bash at the Beach 2000. Is that the DDP Karl Malone match?
That was Jeff Jarrett. Was that when Jarrett? That's when Jarrett was pissed off. Yeah. Or no, him and Russo. I don't know.
Yeah, Jarrett laid down. Hogan got pissed. Russo came back out after Hogan left and launched into an epic tirade.
You think Hogan's going to be on this one, or do you think Hogan's still not?
No, he won't do them.
Russo will be on there going, bro.
I mean, it was his finest moment.
Bro. It's only wrestling, bro.
Nobody believes it, bro.
It was his finest moment in WCW. Come on.
That was?
Yeah, of course. What else would have been?
I don't know.
Dirty Bagwell on a pole match?
All I remember is him like coming down to the ring like he was all important, and he would like he was such a that's how he was.
I mean, he was important at that time.
I agree with him on that. Because they sat Hogan down and said listen,
the Texans have traded back up to number 3.
What?
Whoa.
Really?
They're going to take Will Anderson. I don't know that. That wasn't reported. I'm thinking they're going to take Will Anderson.
We just have the information that it is going to be a trade.
Mr.
Wow.
Anderson.
The Texans going all in.
I like it. It is Will Anderson.
What are they giving up?
Cows, guns, and draft picks.
They're giving up 12, obviously.
Wow. I want to know what they got out of that. Arizona. They needed a lot of stuff.
Rock and roll, hoochie coo.
No, but like I was saying, I agree with Russo on that because they sat Hogan down and gave him 15 scenarios where he looked like a superhero, but the only thing he didn't do was take the belt. And Hogan said no to all of them and said, I'm using my creative control card and I'm not doing this and not doing that. So,
well, yeah. Well, I want to say it without siding with Russo, because I can't stand Russo.
But then he went on and made a good decision. He, instead of leaving it as it is or having Jarrett with the title, he went and put the belt on a young Booker T for the first time ever.
That was one of the better decisions he ever could have made, because
that's what I'm saying. That night, I feel like was his shining moment in WCW, and that's about it.
And I don't think Jeff Jarrett should have been the champion. I don't think he was world champion material back then. I really don't.
He's never been world championship.
I was about to say, I've never really felt real high on Jeff Jarrett. I've never been impressed with him at all.
Thank you, Anthony. No,
I'm telling you, it was wild to me yesterday, AEW, that he's fighting Dax Hardwood, and there's people in the audience chanting for this guy, and I'm like, have we seen the same career?
Yes.
I'm hoping it's just like, sarcasm, but they were there like double F.
He was a fun gimmick, Dave, but he was a mid-carder.
That's the way to put it, too. Gimmick.
He was a fun gimmick. That whole country music thing when you come out and he'd strut and do the thing and you're not great. That was fun. But like he was a mid-card guy. I'm sorry. Like the feud with Razor, like I don't know that. I don't know.
I can't believe Houston did that.
I mean, what was his most memorable feud with Sable?
Well, China beat him.
China?
Remember?
China
beat him for the IC belt.
Mm-hmm. I was never a big Jeff Jarrett guy. Booker T, on the other hand, I got all the time in the world for Booker T. I love Booker
T. was fun. Yeah. Harlem Heat was a fun tag team.
Hell yeah, they were.
I can't believe the Texans did this. What did they give up?
What they gave up? Yeah, that's what I want to know. What the trade is.
The pick is in.
Oh, here it is.
What do we got?
Houston gets 3 and 105. Arizona gets 12 and 33 tonight. And they get a first and third next year. Jeez, that's way too much.
Wow. That's way too much.
Oh, damn.
With the third pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Will Anderson Jr., linebacker, Alabama.
That's crazy. Crazy. Let's see.
There you have it.
Here's my draft. Out the window.
but look at this for Arizona now. So Arizona picks up 12 and 33 tonight. 12 and 33 tonight and a first and a third next year. This is a team that's obviously going to have to be rebuilding. And if they have the number 1 overall pick next year, they're going to be in a great position where they can either keep the number 1 overall pick, take Caleb Williams and trade Kyler elsewhere, or trade the number 1 pick, get even more draft capital and keep Kyler and build around him. Either way, it's a win-win for Arizona. This is a great trade for them. Great trade for a team like that that's rebuilding.
Do you think Kyler's worth building around? No,
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either. You guys either, Dave?
No, I wouldn't. I think
Tim, you don't think? I know, Tim, you're not high on Kyler Murray. I know that.
No,
you never were.
I don't care how tall he really is. He plays like he's 5'2".
How tall is he? He's a little over 6 feet, right? 6'1"?
No.
Oh, is he a little guy? Is he 5'10"?
He's the shortest quarterback in football right now.
Oh, he is. Okay.
I think he's like 5'9", 5'10", somewhere in there.
Wow.
He's pretty short.
He's 5'10". We don't know if that's kayfabe though, AZ.
Did he measure up in the combine? Did he get a height in the combine? Because they don't fudge those numbers. The college and the NFL numbers, I don't believe.
The combine's not kayfabe? I don't know.
No, I don't. I believe those numbers.
You think that's okay?
I've seen too many times of college players like, yeah, I'm 250, and they go to the combine and it's like, yeah, you're 227.
Let me see.
Yeah, 5'10". So
5'10". Russell Wilson's 5'11".
He-
Marquise Brown is 5'9".
Oh,
Murray
shit.
feels a lot shorter than 5'10". He feels
He
like
does.
a 5'8".
He does.
He looks a lot shorter than
Like-
5'10" on
like
the
in
say
that-
field.
He plays 5'2". That's why I said I don't like him. He plays 5'2".
I mean, in the huddle, like he looks like the water boy. Like fucking, you guys get a drink?
Well, the thing that would scare me about that is like Drew Brees wasn't tall. He was only 6 feet tall, but Drew Brees had accuracy and timing.
He did.
Like, what's Kyler's trait that's going to help him play past the age of like 30 years old?
I think Drew Brees is kayfabe too. I don't think he's 6 feet.
Oh, I don't doubt either. He looked really
Yeah,
short.
I've seen him like at charity things, like next to fans, and like when you got like a woman fan who's not an Amazon and she's clearly taller than him. Like no,
Well, imagine what he like. Tua said like whenever his O-line men stand up, it's hard for him to see.
Yeah.
Imagine Kyler. Like
Can't see. Period.
he's just like, I'm hoping someone's over there.
That's why he plays 5'2". He can't see with those giant ass linemen. He's like, oh my god, let me just throw the ball. That's why he's always running around. I got to see somebody. He can't see nobody.
He's like,
Anybody
"Get down in
there?
front."
Anybody there?
That's
Hey!
what I really worry about. What's his career past,
Yeah,
past the next few years?
I mean, he's made his money right now, so
yeah.
Good for him. Get your
he's
money,
probably-
man.
back up for the Browns.
Wow.
So here's my opinion. This is where Will Levis goes, and I think it's a terrible pick.
Indy, you think?
Yeah,
Not Richardson?
yeah. They've been casually linked to him for too long now. It just seems like such a with that team. I don't understand why they've needed a quarterback since Andrew Luck retired. Like, why not just
chairs?
bite the bullet, trade up and go get someone, or trade down and play for next year, try and go get Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
Like, why are you gonna sit there and take someone like Will Levis? I just don't understand it. Mel Kiper says, Will Levis is the second best player available. Really?
Dude, Mel Kiper knows nothing. Nothing.
I just remember him loving Jamarcus Russell. Like, loving
Yes,
Jamarcus
I posted that today.
Russell.
I
Loving
posted that
Jamarcus
today. You know what?
That's
Wait.
awesome.
I gotta find that. I'm gonna play that.
That was another one.
That is the single worst.
I didn't like him either in college. I was like,
I didn't either. I was like,
anything
why?
impressive to me. Like, yeah, I know he just won the national championship, but it wasn't like he was like outstanding or like something throughout the season where you're like, man, he's gonna be special. Like, no, he's just a big guy.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even have that good of an arm. You would think with how big he was, like he would have had a cannon. He didn't have a cannon at all. Like, I didn't understand it.
No,
No.
at all.
And like Flutie had a good arm for a little guy. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
so it's weird when you compare that aspect to a quarterback because Flutie was good for a smaller quarterback. If we're on the small quarterback scale. What is going on here?
Oh,
Here we go.
I'm gonna have to get off Twitter. This is gonna ruin it for me all night.
Yeah. Let's take a second to enjoy this.
All right. The Celtics are up 12-2 in the first.
Already, the game fucking just started.
12-2.
What the hell happened?
Boston strong.
Jeez Louise.
They sneezed and
I was shitting on the Colts for thinking they were gonna make the wrong pick, and I'm gonna eat my words here. 35 seconds later.
Oh, nice. So wait, Timmy, you didn't have this guy at 3? Who do you have at 3?
before the trade, you mean?
Yeah, before the trade.
Hang on.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, I had Jalen Carter.
No change in the hockey scores.
Wow.
Nope.
Yeah.
Still
Pick
2-1
is
and
it?
1-0. Let's hear it.
With the fourth pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Anthony Richardson.
That's
quarterback.
fucking 3 quarterbacks already.
Oh, we're done.
3 quarterbacks.
2 to go, right?
If you think Hooker goes in the first round, then yeah, 2.
A lot of
Seems
people
like
saying
better.
he will be going. So
Yeah. I
Here we go.
think Levis probably goes too soon.
let's
God.
enjoy.
Oh
Let's
my God.
let's
I'll
enjoy
mute-
this
I'm gonna
nugget.
mute for this 1 second.
Let's enjoy this nugget.
Matt Leonard or Jay Cutler last year, they could have taken Calvin Johnson. But the quarterback situation, the way it is right now, Jamarcus Russell is going to immediately energize that Raider Nation, that fan base, that football team on the practice field, in that locker room. 3 years from now, you could be looking at a guy who's certainly one of the elite top 5 quarterbacks in this league. And I think when you look at the difference between Brady Quinn and Jamarcus Russell, everybody says it's the superior physical ability. Brady Quinn's a big guy. Nobody has an arm like Jamarcus Russell, and mobility is a little underrated. I think that slow, deliberate motion is a concern. Having great receivers running wide open, the NFL, that's not going to be the case. Obviously, he'll need a little time, but you're talking about a 2 to 3 year period once he's under center. Look out, because skill level that he has is certainly John Elway-like.
You know what? The Raiders kept it to the end. They made the pick and then called him. That's why he's not right up there and saying, we can't tell you yet. Oh, now you're picked. He obviously just met Al Davis over the phone. You know what it's interesting is we go to 8 out of 10.
Let that sink in for a second.
John Elway. That was
Let
the
that-
comparison.
Let
John
that
Elway.
sink in. John Elway.
Oh my god.
Here's a guy who couldn't read a playbook.
Yeah, he said he's going to help out on the practice field.
Oh my god. I think one day I'm just gonna watch all Mel Kiper's misses and just laugh and laugh and
You
laugh.
might be there a while. There's a lot of them.
You better take a vacation day.
So I
Might be
guess
more than one day.
then, Anthony, what would you say, in your opinion, that you've experienced, would be the worst pick that the Miami Dolphins have ever made?
Ted Ginn Jr. And I love Ted Ginn Jr. It was such a horrible pick.
I love
No,
the reasoning.
I
why they
lied.
picked
I
it.
lied. Time out. I take that back. There is a worse one. And the reason I didn't say this one first is because I've tried to just push it from my memory. Is when the Dolphins traded up to third overall to draft Deion Jordan. Yeah, that's by far the worst one right there. Hands down. Not even close.
I don't remember that one.
Golly.
This is a trap, by the way, because I know who Mel's gonna say.
Oh, come on now.
I know
It was not a trap. I was
I know
just
you're gonna
curious. Because
Oh,
a lot of people would say Ted Ginn, and I agree. I would agree because
All right, where's
his
Giants
reasoning
pick?
for it was like,
Where's-
they need a good special teams guy, and this guy's gonna come in and win them games. And I'm like, on special teams, he's gonna win them games. Like,
Yeah, and I love Ted Ginn. Like, I really liked him as a player. Just like 9th overall, and we had like 10 other needs. Like, come on, man. Come on.
wasn't needed there. The man, Ted Ginn's fast, but his hands aren't as fast as him.
So who's the worst Giants pick? No, go ahead.
I mean, if I have to go back, this might be tough for me. Could I say Sonoris Moss?
Put his face in there.
Oh no, it's got to be Daniel Jones.
I knew it.
The worst. The worst is
at that
Daniel Jones?
position,
I agree
at
with that.
number. He should not have been picked that high. They could have got him in the 3rd round.
He was going in the 1st round, just maybe not to, I know Washington talked all that shit that they were because they took
Haskins.
Haskins that year. I know they talked all that shit that Haskins was their guy all along. I don't believe that at all. I don't know that they would have taken Daniel Jones, but I don't think
Any team that took Jared Bunch in the 1st round will never surpass that, because that's the worst pick the Giants have ever made. We're gonna take a fullback in the 1st round.
I really like this Richardson.
It was a
pick
different
for
game
Indy.
back then.
A fullback never goes first. Never.
No, I think if I were really going to go with one that I've experienced, I would say probably Sonoris Moss, because I was so excited for him, and
He was a Florida dude. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's from Florida. He's a Florida guy. We've seen him play." And
I was so excited. I was like, "Yeah, they got Sonoris Moss. He fell to them, and poor guy didn't do diddly squat." Him I mean, I guess David Wilson would also be another one.
well, it wasn't his fault. The guy broke his neck. I mean,
Yeah.
that wasn't really their fault.
They sort of Kurt Angle.
I actually
Gold
forgot
medals.
for a while that they took him in the 1st round too.
Yeah.
Seattle.
So, hockey update: Devils scored. They're up 2-0 now.
Yes.
Oh,
And Matthew Nyes got hurt blocking a shot and is in the locker room for Toronto. That's not good.
yikes. That is not good.
That kid's had a phenomenal series for them.
Yes, he's been doing well in this series. He has.
To go from playing in what was it, the Frozen Four, to like a few days later be playing in the NHL playoffs. Crazy.
No, Seattle. Here's a team that needs a quarterback, but they're not going to take one.
I think this is it for Jalen. If Jalen Carter doesn't go here, I think he falls to Philly.
Yeah, so we got Detroit, Vegas, Atlanta, Chicago, then Philly. Yeah, that could happen.
I think Detroit showed their hand trading Jeff Okuda when they did. I think they're definitely going corner. Vegas could be a
Denver Weatherspoon.
Will Levis team. Vegas.
You're obsessed with Will Levis right now. Let it go, man.
He's going in the top 10. It's a matter of where. I don't like it, but
Eric, you got a worst draft pick ever by the Eagles off the top of your head?
Did they? Yeah. I listen. I'm terrible with the Eagles draft history. I really am. But did they draft not Foles, but the other guy?
Wentz.
Carson Wentz. Did they draft him?
Second overall, traded up.
Yeah. I think that's the worst they ever did.
I got one that might be better.
Tell me.
They drafted Jalen Reagor ahead of Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
That just hurts.
I agree with that.
That just hurts.
Yeah. Well, here, as a
No
Dolphins
pun
fan,
intended.
you want to know what really hurts? And even though I was praising Tua earlier, there's a scenario where the Dolphins could have not traded any of their picks like they did the year that they traded with San Francisco. And in a matter of 2 years, back-to-back drafts, they could have drafted Justin Herbert, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase. Not traded a single pick. Yeah.
Seahawks pick is in.
Here we go.
Let's have it.
Who's gonna compliment the comeback player of the year, baby?
Screw that guy.
Comeback player.
Oh, no Geno Love?
He didn't come back from anything.
Of course he
What
did.
about-
He came back
Where
from
did he come back
irrelevancy.
from?
From
Doesn't
irrelevancy.
matter.
Awful
Where
career.
did he come back from?
Comeback players like when you get hurt or something like that. You're not because you sucked for 5 years and now all of a sudden you have a good year. That's comeback. No.
I do agree with Tim on that. He should not have won the award.
He was counted out. No one was like, "Oh, Geno's gonna come in and do this because Russell Wilson's gone. The Seahawks are gonna have like the number one pick."
Fine, but that's not the comeback award.
He's a comeback player.
He is not.
He came back
Been on
from
an
sucking.
NFL roster for like
He's a lucky in he found a system that he works in guy. If that was an award, I'd give that award to him all day.
Yeah.
He deserved it. He earned it.
He
earned it.
Stuff.
He earned it by beating your boy Daniel Jones.
You guys don't swear on
What?
here, Tim. I haven't heard you say fuck once.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for that. What is it, 25 pick?
Yeah,
yeah, he's waiting till the Giants.
I'm waiting for the Giants to take a punter at 25. The fuck!
Yeah, every word under the sun at that point.
No, you'll see the computer go. I'll flip it, and that's it. I'm out.
Stream's over.
Marty Jannetty time.
Dave, why don't you tell? Well, here comes the pick first. Let's see the pick first.
Let's hear it. Let's have it.
Do. I love that sound.
Ooh.
In the 2023 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Devin Witherspoon.
Yep, Devin Witherspoon,
Witherspoon.
cornerback, Illinois. Oh, yeah, my draft is shot to shit.
Mm.
I had him going to Atlanta.
Atlanta.
So I don't think it's a huge need for Detroit, but man, would Jalen Carter fit in really well with them over there and that young defense? Oh man.
Oh yeah, put
They
him on
need it.
Aiden Hutchinson. I think that's a good pick. Dave,
I don't think they'll do it, but that would be phenomenal.
why don't you tell Anthony about the draft a couple years ago? What you did to us?
So I don't know if you saw in the chats, they were joking around like, oh, it's gonna be like the entire time or whatever. Just don't end it. So I was watching the draft with them. I wanted to see I forgot who was it that I was waiting for to get drafted. And I'm there. I had to go finish watching the draft at my friend's house. So I'm like, all right, guys, bye. And I'm so used to, at that time, I was like doing a lot of more shows. So used to, pressing and broadcast or like to leave instead of just Xing everything out. So I go, all right, guys, bye. And then I go to like exit out, but I press end broadcast. And I was like, oh no. And then my computer just turned off and I was like, oh crap. I just ended the live draft that we had been on for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, something ridiculous like that. Yeah.
That's great.
And we in front was like, all right, I guess we're done.
Early night, guys. Early night.
And that happened twice to us, by the way. Twice that happened to us. Just to Sweet 100 episode, we had like a mini celebration, and we were on for like 2 hours already, right? We were on for a long time. And the new guy came on. The new guy, he's on and he did the same thing. He's like, all right, guys, I'm going to see you later. I'm like, awesome, we're going to keep going. End broadcast. Like, all right, I guess we're not going to keep going.
Yes, we're
We're
done.
going to end it here.
It's like the shows you don't want to end somehow end like that, and then the shows that you do want to end just keep going.
Just keep going.
And going.
I
And
sound like
going.
crap.
But yeah, I try to stay away from the end broadcast now. Just move my mouse, my cursor all the way to the other side of the computer screen.
It was pretty funny though, Dave. It was. Yeah. We were just like, I was just like, oh, we're gone.
Yeah, bonehead move.
That's okay. That's okay. You know, you're not on much anymore. You can be rusty on. I'm probably more technically inept than, or not inept. I'm more technically versed than
Savvy.
you are. I upgraded from Yahoo to Juno.
And no more Ask Jeeves either.
No, or no Angie's List, anything like that.
Angie's List. Jesus.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out old internet things.
You're not using Netscape anymore. That's a good thing.
That's good.
Oh, you know what? Let's get a couple opinions. The official trade. Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet,
Oh.
and the price the Jets paid. But first of all, I'm going to give the Jets credit for squeezing the first round pick this year. I didn't think the Green Bay would give up their first round pick this year. All they did was swap picks, but still, good for you for getting that pick, because I didn't think they'd actually get that pick from them. So the Jets are going to get they swap picks this year, which is only like two spots or something, 13 to 15 or some bullshit. A fourth rounder, a first rounder next year. Well, it'll be a first rounder if he plays 65%, which he will. So it's going to be a first rounder next year. I think it's a great deal that the Jets got that first rounder, but I think Green Bay's going to be a steal. Because again,
before we continue, Cardinals have traded up with Detroit, so Arizona is back on the clock now.
wow, what the hell's going on?
I think that's for Jalen Carter.
Shit.
I would be shocked if it isn't.
So Dave, what do you think? Who won that? Who won that trade so far?
Which one? The Zona?
Green Bay Jets.
Oh, you know my opinion on this. It's gonna be the Jets. They're a contender. Come on now. All they're missing last year was a competent quarterback, just like the Giants are still missing. And I mean, if these young guys can do better than what the young guys in Green Bay did, then I have all faith that Rodgers will get them at least to the conference championships.
So you're blaming all his struggles last year on the team around him and not on him?
Not so much on him. I feel like the young guys just they didn't come into their own until later in the season when it was already too late.
And he still struggled then.
Not that much.
They lost to the Lions in the last week of the season, I would say. So,
The Lions came firing back stronger.
this
Like
is a
the
playoffs
second
on the
half?
line. You're Aaron Rodgers. You're supposed to. I'm supposed to believe that in the gauntlet that is the AFC, he's going to lead the Jets to an AFC championship.
Absolutely.
But he couldn't beat the Detroit Lions at Lambeau in week 18 last year to go to the playoffs.
What do you go
I'm supposed
6?
to
What did they
believe
go 6-9 last year? The Packers.
I think the Lions were 7 and 8 and 9, right? Was it 8 and 9? Yeah, 8 and 9 because they only missed the playoffs by a game. Packers were 9 and 8.
9-8. Okay.
I do think so because I think the only team that's really competitive in that AFC is going to be, well, at least in their division, is going to be the Bills.
We'll see.
Buffalo.
I think the Jets are screwed.
I'm wearing a free Bills shirt. I got from the beer guy.
I think the Jets paid way too much, only because I don't see Rodgers playing. You know, if he has a frustrating year this year, next year I think he's going to walk away.
Yeah, he'll go hide in one of those beehive things he hid in for like a week.
So the early rumors were that Green Bay wanted a first and a second. They still got the first and a second. It's just not a first this year. But on top of that, they got the pick swap, so they moved from 15 to 13. It's only 2 picks, but it's still worth something. And I know the pick is conditional next year, but it's very simple. If it ends up being a second-round pick next year, it means he played less than 65% of the snaps, and it means the Jets are terrible, which means it's going to be like a top 10 pick in the second round anyway. And if he does play 65% of the snaps, they still have to go through the rest of the AFC. And even if I won't even be a homer right now. Even if the Dolphins stink next year, they still have the rest of the AFC to deal with. And I just don't see it.
Hey, top 5 quarterbacks are all in the AFC.
The top 5 might even go higher than that. There's
Might
a
go
lot
higher
of
than
quarterbacks in the AFC.
I mean, I think this is a year where the Chiefs, all their 4 consecutive years of conference championships, catch up to them, and they
I
get
hope
tired.
so.
We heard
I
that
hope
last year
so.
when they lost Tyreek.
The Lions
Well, I
get
didn't think they were gonna suck because of that.
Cardinals
I don't-
get 6. The Lions get the 12th and a second-round pick, the 34.
34.
So
Not
the one
bad.
from Texas.
Well, Texas was 33. That 34
Oh, I
was
thought
the
it was
Cardinals'
34.
own second.
Oh, okay.
The
Oh, you might be
That's
right.
so
You
weird.
might
We're
be right
trading
because that might
down.
be factoring in the Dolphins not having a pick.
We're
So
trading
they might
down
not have
to,
changed the
to
numbers.
trade back up again. This is fucking baffling to me.
Well, Tampa's on the power play, just in case you guys wanted to know.
I thought Toronto was on the power play.
It says Tampa here. Yeah, Lightning power play right now. Let me refresh. Yeah,
Well, it's the
now
end of the
they're
second.
off. They're off. They were off. Okay, so I didn't refresh from before. No, they were on the. They're gonna be on it when they go back, I guess.
The 6th pick to the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh,
With the 6th pick in the 2023
What?
draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Paris Johnson Jr.
Wow.
oh.
So this is the guy Kyler has been petitioning for the last couple weeks that he wanted them to take at 3.
Listen, he's a good. They reached though. I think they reached. They traded back up to 6 to reach for a guy who was. I don't know. I don't see him in the top 10. That's just me.
Who are
You
they
think he would
jumping
have
to
landed
take
back
him,
to them
though?
at 12?
I don't think he goes to Vegas or Atlanta. Who's that now?
No, they. This is the oddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they're jumping to make that pick. I think the only team that could have possibly taken him before they picked was Philly, and I still think Philly's taking Jalen Carter if he falls to them.
'Cause we
So
got
I don't
Vegas
know who-
and
I don't know who they're jumping.
Chicago. I had him going to Chicago.
That okay. So they're trying to get ahead of Chicago. Okay makes a little sense, I guess. I don't know. I still don't like it.
That is
I
crazy.
mean, I think he's a pretty good player, but
Here come the Raiders. Who's the fastest guy in the draft? That's who they're taking. No matter what
Fastest
position it is.
or most dangerous? I thought that was a.
Who's got
Same-
that criminal?
same
Who's got
thing,
that
same
criminal
thing.
record?
fastest on their feet or in a car doesn't matter.
Which one of you guys is gonna cause the most trouble? We want you.
Golly. I mean, I guess they could really take just about anything. They don't. I mean, the only thing they really don't need is what, a receiver. Probably.
Receiver,
Wow,
running back.
absolutely.
I think they're set on offense, unless they want to go with tight end.
They need a tight end, but they ain't gonna go to tight end. Not this high.
There's no
so.
tight end in this draft worth going here at 7.
Gentlemen, I have sad news. I have to depart, but I appreciate you guys having me on Unsportsmanlike.
Always A to the Z's.
Good luck with the draft.
I'll be
You
going
too,
tomorrow
sir.
night. I'll be going tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night I'll expect to see you, and I really would like to see you.
If it doesn't happen before 10, then I might be able to jump up.
Let's see what happens. We'll
If
see.
it doesn't happen before 10,
Yeah,
10 or after, you're good.
I believe so because I have a dinner wedding thing to go to at 8:30.
Why do you ghosted so many weddings, Dave? Are you like the best man of everything?
I wish.
are you a
No.
secret DJ, wedding
Are you?
singer?
There's a
What's
couple
going
side
on?
gigs,
You
in
have a
the works.
catering company?
I think he's got a bunch of side gigs. That's what it is. Tons of side gigs.
Side
he's got.
job, Dave. Dave's a side piece.
Dave's gonna be slash this, slash that, slash this. I do it all.
All right, guys, I'm out.
All right,
Later,
Eric.
Izzy.
I'll catch you tomorrow
Good to see
night.
you, man.
Get hold of me tomorrow. Peace, love, recycle, everybody. Go Leafs.
I'm with you. Go Leafs. I'm
Go
with you.
Leafs.
And they are.
We're rooting for him tonight.
Let's see how they're looking.
I definitely don't want the Lightning.
Oh, Devils 3-0.
That's rough.
What happened to the Rangers?
I don't know.
They dominated the first 2 games of that series. I mean, dominated, and they
I
have
know.
not been able to score. They've scored what 2 goals since?
Yeah, my prediction was the Devils, and I was like, oh, I don't know how good this is looking so far. And then the last 3 games on point. And update for the Celtics. At the end of the first, it is Boston 35, Atlanta 34.
Oh, who got going for Atlanta? Is it Trey or is it someone else?
I'll tell you right now.
Is this the random John Collins game?
Oh, you're the guys who wanted to hear my father's story, didn't you?
Yes.
Trey Young 18?
So it is Trey.
18.
Okay.
It is Trey.
It is Trey. Ice Trey. At it again.
Ice Trey.
Is he gonna bring it to Game 7?
Listen, Jalen Carter has issues off the field. Sounds like a Raider to me.
What do we say? Who's the guy who's gonna cause trouble?
I think they're going Christian Gonzalez, cornerback.
Who makes
That's
sense?
That's what I'm thinking. After this pick, I'll tell you the greatest story of all time. It's like the Bible and then this story.
But only no, never mind. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. Oh man.
So wait, Anthony, you live down in Florida?
I'm from South Florida. I live in Central Florida now. I live in Kissimmee.
Got it.
Kissimmee.
I was gonna say Dolphins Giants is here down here.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine. I have a close friend of mine. He's a Patriots fan, but lives in South Florida, and he's a Dolphin season ticket holder. So usually he hits me up every year. He's got the big hat on. That's great. He hits me up every year. We go down to the Patriots Dolphins game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those games are fun.
Kissimmee. Are you near Hogan's Beach Shop?
No, that's more Orlando-ish.
Well, it's close now. Kissimmee and Orlando, the closest.
Yeah, it's about maybe
Orlando's like 45 minutes.
That far?
Oh yeah, like the heart of Orlando. Yeah. Well, in fairness, I live on like the far south side of Kissimmee. Technically, I live in Point Siena. It's considered Kissimmee, but it's really not. It's kind of like its own place.
I have to move to Florida now. Everyone's down there. I'm gonna get Eric pack up and move down there.
It's not as great as you think.
You guys get a house right between the boss and bunker.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what AZ didn't do, and he said he was gonna. He said he was gonna bring the douchebag back out.
I know. I thought we were gonna get a special douchebag tonight.
So what is that?
There's 2 bags.
For me.
Well, not only 2 bags. There's a douchebag, an actual bag that says douche on it, and he comes up with a list of people. And you're a douche, so you're not a douche. If you're a douche, you go in the bag. If you're not, you don't go in the bag. Douchebag.
Yep.
That is a phenomenal segment right there. Oh my gosh. Hey, so is Steve serious? Are we gonna get this going of a GOAT of every era podcast? We could do different sports and everything.
I can't argue with that guy anymore about this GOAT thing. I can't do the GOAT thing anymore.
But he's saying he wants to. He said he wants to do it by eras.
I'm ready to slit my wrist.
But he wants to split it up. He wants to do who's the greatest player from this era.
He wants to do that because he can't accept the fact that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James and always will be. He can't accept that fact.
As I told you on A to Z on Friday, I could argue both sides of that one. So
it's true.
Today I was on the LeBron side. Here's the greatest question someone ever asked me about this debate. If you had to pick a team of basketball players with your life on the line, who would you take first? I was like, well, damn, when you put it that way.
Michael Jordan. It's not even a fucking even close debate to me. Not even close.
When someone posed it to me like that, I was
I'll tell you something else. My 5 won't even consist of LeBron James. Not even close.
I think that's going too far.
He might be on my bench at the very end, but other than that.
So if you had 5 picks, then it's what? Jordan.
Take a guess.
Larry Bird.
Uh-huh. Magic Johnson.
Okay.
Bill Russell. And hang on. Raiders pick is in.
I got a good solution for that Bill Russell problem right there.
Kareem.
Wilson.
Really? What?
Okay, I mean, they need something on that defense, but
The Raiders.
Yeah, but wait a second.
This feels like Cleveland Farrell all over again.
That just might be me. I don't even have this guy in my top fucking 30.
Ooh,
Really?
I don't even know who this guy is. Wait, let me see if I have that right.
He was projected to be a first rounder, but I saw mocks with him going as low as like 28, 29. I mean, there were some that had him pretty high. I didn't think it was that high, though. I don't know.
I don't even got him on here, I don't think. Wow, that sucks. That's all right. It might be my bad. It's okay. Wow. That's I don't know. That's a weird pick for the Raiders for me.
all right. So who's your number 5 then, Timmy? Your last one.
Where was I? I forgot. What am I missing?
So you chose.
I have a small forward, a center, 2 guards. What am I missing? A power forward?
Yeah, another forward.
Can I pick a center for my forward?
Sure.
I'd probably go like Kareem. I
Okay.
think Kareem and Russell, you ain't beating that team. You ain't beating that team.
Okay, because since you chose 2, now because I was gonna say I have Shaq on my team, and he takes care of your Bill Russells.
I love Shaq too. I do.
Here you go. You want a bold basketball take? Shaq is the most dominant player to ever play basketball.
I agree.
I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't disappoint. I would,
He
Some people
changed
look at me
a
funny when
lot
I
of
say
things
that.
in the game.
A lot. Of things in the game. There's a lot of rules that were instituted because of that, man.
Yeah, so they had to change the whole backboard of the damn game.
I think what's interesting about Shaq too. So, like, obviously, I was kind of crapping on Bill Russell earlier today. R.I.P. to he's still a legend. He's still obviously a Hall of Famer. I don't dislike him or anything like that. But he did play in an era where big men were not as. I mean, it was him and Kareem, and like that was it. And even Kareem was a little bit later into Bill Russell's time. With someone like Shaq played in an era of big men. Like there was a ton of great big men that played with Shaq.
Shaq's on my bench, easily. He's on my
Should
bench.
be in your starting lineup.
He's on my bench.
I think so too. Shaq is just too dominant, man.
So everyone's been saying Bijan Robinson here to Atlanta. Do you
Bijan
buy
for men?
that?
Bijan for men? I don't know. I'm all confused now.
Oh, the pick is in.
Jalen Carter.
As soon as that pick is in pops up, I immediately pull up Twitter.
LeBron won't make my team, and Isaiah Thomas will. No Detroit Piston will ever make my team, ever.
Wow. Well, I feel like Isaiah wouldn't make my team either.
I think the Isaiah one's more defensible.
Bunch of animals.
I mean, is Isaiah? Where would you have him amongst point guards all time? That's actually a decent question. Would he be in the top 5?
I don't think so. Not mine.
Not mine.
Who'd you have? Just I'm not saying I disagree. I just wanted to see who the names are.
Definitely. Magic.
Okay.
I'd have Stockton.
Fair.
I'm thinking now I'd do Chris Paul.
I wouldn't argue that. I hated Chris Paul most of his career, and I've learned to appreciate him as he's gotten older.
One guy that he's probably the one I'm thinking of right now is the only one that I would probably teeter with Isaiah with is Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is an interesting one because, like, I feel like imagine if Steve Nash, because Steve Nash played in an era where the pace of play was still a lot slower than it is today. Imagine the numbers someone like Steve Nash would have put up in today's NBA, where they literally, because I mean, obviously they gave him a lot of free run in Phoenix and the later years in Dallas to really push the ball a lot, but it's nothing like what teams do now. You know, I wonder what his numbers and career would be looked at if he had played in this era where he was able to just push the ball nonstop like that.
Yeah, because now it's all offense. You barely get any of the defensive guys.
Exactly.
Where I think they would fit probably pretty well, actually, like that team.
I mean, I love Steve Nash, so you're not going to really hear me debate that one at all. I love Steve. He's awesome.
I'm trying to think of a fifth then.
I just say with Isaiah too, it's a character thing because when the dream team don't want you on that team, except for Magic Johnson, you know you've got a problem when they don't want you on that team at all.
I think that had a lot to do with Mike. Mike was not not
Yeah,
an
for
Isaiah
sure.
fan.
Oh, absolutely. But the Bird wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire.
That's true too. I forgot about that. Bird hated him too. The only thing that they agreed on the court and off the court.
There's never been a dirtier team than that team. Than the Bad Boys. Never been a dirtier team.
What are you talking about? Everyone says they played such great defense.
Yeah, okay.
It's not defense.
If I met Bill Lambier today, I would chop him in his throat. That's how much I hate him. That's how much I hate him. And working at ESPN, there's always a possibility that I might run into him one day.
Here's a fair question though, since you brought up Bill Lambier. Is Bill Lambier, is he just a player that everyone hates, or is he a player that you hate because he's not on your team? And what I mean by that is,
Ooh,
if
yeah.
Bill Lambier had played for your team, the Celtics, which I learned today, Tim. If Bill Lambier had played for the Celtics, would you love him?
I don't know because he didn't. I don't. That's a hard question to
It's an interesting one though.
It
It
is.
is. It is, but it's hard to say because he didn't, and he was just a brutal asshole.
But he's like one of those like Lance Stevenson, PJ Tucker guys that when they're on another team they're annoying. Or what's his guy from Chicago, Patrick Beverly.
Patrick
You just
Beverly.
hate seeing
Steve
those
Avery.
guys.
Steve Avery in hockey.
Steve Avery. Oh man,
You hate them when they're not there. They're like, oh, it's on my team. Woo, go.
who did
But
Atlanta take? Oh, they haven't announced it.
But Lambier is just a piece of garbage. So I wouldn't. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that guy score a basket. I always see him throw elbows and like wrestle and fight.
I don't know who Atlanta took, but the Eagles have traded up with Chicago from 10 to 9.
God.
Ooh. That means I don't think they took was it Rager?
Eagles.
They're definitely trading up to take Jalen Carter. I would be shocked if they're not.
That sounds about right.
For the Atlanta Falcons pick, I'm joined by Chris and Shane from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Kansas City.
That kid is nervous. That kid is shitting his pants.
Shane are a true testament to the power of mentorship. The NFL and its teams work closely.
Yeah. We know Roger.
Sisters of America.
I have no idea who this eighth pick is, which
I'm
feels
really
weird.
surprised.
Change. The Falcons are big-time supporters of the organization, and they're thrilled.
Look, Chris is about to shit his pants. Get on with it.
Okay, guys, take it away.
That kid is.
Look at him. He's terrified.
What do we get? We can't hear you.
I'd boo him. Bijan for men. Wow.
This is where you had him, Timmy?
No, I had him going to the Eagles, actually. Dude,
honestly-
my thing's all screwed up.
I didn't think they would take Bijan. I also didn't think he would fall to 10, but I didn't think they would take him. And they traded up to 9. They've got to have traded up to 9 for which the return that the Bears got to move down one spot was a 2024 fourth round pick. Seems a little lackluster, but I guess the Bears didn't care because they figured that they're going to get their guy either way because they weren't taking Jalen Carter.
Why would trade up one spot when a team you know is not going to pick?
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that maybe the Bears played them and got Philly to believe that they were taking or that they were fielding calls from other teams. But I don't know who would have traded up to get him. It's not Tennessee at 11. It's not. It could have been. I mean, I guess Detroit at 12, maybe.
I have no idea. That's baffling. So you want to hear my story real quick?
Yes.
And you have to keep in mind when I tell you this story, there's no physical proof that this ever happened. And my father and my uncles have been known to fib an occasional story from time to time. like I'll give you a perfect example. My uncle once said that he landed a hot air balloon on an aircraft carrier in a hurricane. Just want you to know that. So this may or may not be true, but it's still one of the greatest stories ever told. So I have to tell it. And this is exactly how my father told the story. So I'm gonna say it like he said it to me. Well, not really, but he said he was out in the park shooting free throws in the rain. Now remember, in the rain. That right there is a little detail that makes the story already great because he was out shooting free throws in the rain in the park one day. A limo pulls up, and out gets Larry Bird. And Larry Bird walks around the court and says, "We're going to play to 3." My father says, "Okay, no problem." Drives around Larry Bird, bam, 2 points, just like that. It's over. Gives the Bird the ball because it was loses out. Bird shoots a 3 and walked away. Went in. Bird was already driving away. That's the whole story. Greatest story ever told. And he will swear that happened. He will swear that happened. He says the ball wasn't even in the hoop yet, and Larry Bird was already in the car driving away. He lost Larry Bird 3-2. Yeah. In his utmost fantasy, he lost to Larry Bird in the rain 3-2.
I mean, hey, wouldn't that help the case that he didn't fib it though? Because I mean, if he was screwing around, he would have said he won.
Please, I grew up with shit like that constantly. My uncle Ron was probably the best at it. I used to stay up there with them, and he'd say, "Oh, Tim, can you grab the mail for me?" All right, I grabbed the mail, and he goes, "Anything good?" And I'm looking through it, and there in the corner is, the return address, Green Bay Packers training facility. I was like, "What the fuck?" He was a big Packer fan, and I was like, I go, "You got something from the Packers?" He's like, "Oh, open it. See what it says." My hands are dirty so much. So I open it, and on it says, "Dear Mr. Tabala, we know you decided to not retire, but we need your excellence this year at Packers camp. Please reconsider." I'm like, "Dude, really? This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis? Shit like that constantly going on with my family." So
you didn't believe it? It was from them.
The worst part is at first, all my cousins, we all believed the little things in the beginning. And then you start to realize that, that didn't happen. Because I started figuring out what my uncle would tell me he was in the special forces, and then next time I talked to him, he was in the Navy, and then he was in like the airborne Rangers. I'm like, dude, how can you be in all these things at once? You can't.
You know what's funny? My uncle used to tell me stories like that, but my uncle is a paranoid schizophrenic, so that's a little different.
Right. Well, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's a little different. Except the Larry Bird story. That's true. 100%.
How old were you when you heard this story?
The Larry Bird one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's been around a long time. I don't even know how old I was. But I just had to look at it and went, all right. What can you say? You can't say nothing to it.
Until one day, you run into Larry Bird. Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
Did you ever, randomly stop and play with some guy in the middle in the rain? It's like,
in Brooklyn, in a limo.
It's like, oh, now that you mention it, yeah, it was raining. I just shot a 3 and I walked back into the car.
Yeah, I dealt with that stuff my whole life. So.
Welcome to the NFL.
My father bowled a 301. Did you know that? He bowled a 301.
A 301? How do you bowl a 301?
He hit the last strike so hard, a pin in the next alley fell over. 301. Eagles get 9th overall. Bears get 10th overall in a 4th rounder. So you give up a 4th rounder to move up one spot. You think the Bears bluffed? I told Philly, hey, these guys have called me. They want this pick. If you want it, you better give us a 4th.
Maybe.
It's possible. But I mean, if anyone else was trading up with Chicago, I would have assumed Chicago would have been getting more than just a 4th for it because it's talking further down. I don't know. That's I never understood those one spot ones.
The only reason I would see is like what the Eagles and Cowboys did when they want to stop someone from their division to get somebody.
Yeah, but no one from the division's close here. Dallas is in the 20s.
Why, like,
the Giants are in the 20s. Where's Washington? Well, Washington's not going to take Jalen Carter, though. They just paid Teron Payne all that money.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll pick Washington as.
The Chicago Bears have traded the 9th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 9th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, Georgia.
Guy has any kind of off-field problems, we want him.
Yeah, but they got the best player in the draft at fucking 9 overall. And like I said,
and this is what they do every year, and it pisses me off. This is how
what's really
they
crazy.
stay relevant.
You know what's really crazy? Jalen Carter is now reunited with his college teammate Jordan Davis to play on that defensive line. Oh God,
That
that's a
sucks,
huge
right?
pick for them.
It is. It is huge. And they've been doing this ever since they got rid of Chip Kelly.
Yeah, they've
It's
been
like
nailing their drafts the last several years.
except for Rager. Except for
President
Justin
Epstein of
Jefferson.
a car crash that killed 2 people.
We talked about this, right, Timmy? Like whether or not we thought he should get drafted or not.
I believe so, yeah.
What do you think, Anthony? You think the situation he's in, what he did,
I
should he
mean,
still have a chance?
it's troublesome. It seems like there's been worse character issues in the past with other players. Yes, I still think he should have been drafted. Which, in my opinion, if you're still going to draft a guy, it shouldn't affect his value at all. Because just because he got in this incident doesn't mean all of a sudden now he's not the best defensive player in the draft or best player in the draft. If you deem him draftable, then I don't know. I never understood that his value is now the bottom part of the top 10 and not the top part of the top 10. It's like it's the same player. The off-field stuff, it's concerning, obviously, with the way the Eagles have drafted lately. And I know 2 Giants fans don't want to hear this. I'm sure they did some pretty thorough background stuff on him. And because I don't think Howie Roseman would have taken him if they had real concerns that there was some
No,
serious concerns.
they've been nailing their. It's sickening. They've been fucking nailing their pick so much. And it seems like
God,
every year they have 10 picks somehow in the first 2 rounds. It's like, how do you keep doing this every freaking year?
Because teams like the Saints trade them a first-round pick to move up 5 spots last year or some shit like that. That's where they got that pick. Or no, yeah, that's the pick. That's the Saints' first-round pick. That pick right there. They got that in the trade with the Saints. They traded the 2 first-round picks they had last year to the Saints, and they got this pick, a first last year, a third last year, and a second next year. So they actually have an extra second-round pick next year too from that same trade.
Insane.
I mean, listen, I know you guys are Giants fans. What Howie Roseman has done roster construction wise the last few years has been really impressive.
Oh no, I can't. I'm not going to deny that.
No.
Man, think about that. So they just lost Javon Hargrave, and he was a key piece on their defensive line, and you're replacing him with Jalen Carter like nothing ever happened. That's insane.
Well, hopefully they disappear like they did in the Super Bowl.
So the Bears pick is in, and that was pretty quick. So it looks like they knew who they were getting.
Zay Flowers.
No, is it?
I don't know. I'm taking a shot.
Okay.
The way the Bears draft, I'm saying it's Zay Flowers.
I gotta think it's is it from Northwestern? Peter Skorinski? Is that his
Oh
name?
yeah, they want an offensive
Offensive
tackle.
tackle?
Yeah, they want a tackle.
That would be my guess here.
Yeah, you got to protect that kid. Hey, Chris, what's up? What are the Giants going to do? The Giants are going to pick whoever they pick.
Oh, I haven't even had the comments section turned on.
I don't even know who the Giants are going to pick yet and I don't care.
Still got a long way to go.
As long as they don't pick a punter, I'm good.
I like our punter. I like his hair.
No, I don't know. Oh yeah,
I do think that's probably the right way to go about it, though, for the Giants. They listen. They made the playoffs last year. The roster still has plenty of holes on it, though, and so taking a best player available is easily the best option. And that was the only reason I brought up the idea of trading back, because I mean there is holes on the roster. Why not trade back if the right player is not there? Obviously, if something's there that's too good to pass up, by all means, jump at it.
No, I don't have an issue with that. And Chris is saying the Patriots need a quarterback. What? They got Mac Jones.
Yeah, well,
Mac attack, baby.
That whole Mac Jones rumor was a big pile of shit, I guess.
I don't think it was a big pile of shit. I think just nobody wanted him.
They're like, no, you keep him. We're good.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think we're okay.
Well, I'm baffled by this draft so far, except for the first 2 picks. Like we're gonna trade out, only to trade back up to get a guy who probably could have had where we were anyway. And now the Eagles again fall ass backwards into a superstar on defense.
It is pretty crazy. Well, even was it last year? Jordan Davis fell into their lap, was it 2 years ago? with
Even the
Jordan
Giants
Davis?
have no. They have really no luck this way.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, you and your big purple fucking shirt. Oh yeah, I hate him already. I already hate him. He's an Eagle. I hate him.
Already on the list.
Everybody on the list. Put him up there. Look at those bunch of felons at the draft party.
Anthony, so are you a Magic fan or a Heat
No,
fan?
I'm a Heat fan. I'm a Heat fan.
Not even a Magic fan, just because you're up there.
I'll be happy to go catch some games. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I didn't get to go see Ranchero play this year. Because I really liked him coming out. I'll probably go next year. I'll tell you what though, it's gonna suck because if they end up winning the lottery and getting the first pick and they get Wemby, it's gonna all of a sudden I'm not gonna be able to get Magic tickets no more.
You got to get them before.
Yeah, I know, right? I almost feel like I should buy season tickets just in case.
They took Darnell Wright out of Tennessee.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
What is going on today?
I guess they didn't want to pay him more money.
Just,
Tampa Bay up 3-1 now. 8
They
minutes
did
left
put
in the
another one
third.
in. That one might be over.
listen, when a player's not there, you know he's a shock to get picked this high up.
I mean, yeah, 10th overall. I
Yeah.
mean, if this was like pick 20, it's not as bad, but like 10th overall.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Celtics at the half, 68. Atlanta, 67.
How many is Trey up to?
Let's see. Trey has 23. It's literally him. Oh, I'm sorry, 25. 25. Jaylen Brown has 18. Tatum has 16. And Marcus Smart with 11.
So I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure most of the people were talking about him pre-draft saying they didn't think he could stick at tackle.
Where are they going to put him at? They put him at guard?
That's what I would assume is that they kick him inside. He doesn't look like a tackle, you know.
But this is another dude that I don't think even made my list. And I just stuck to like the main top 30 guy pick, whatever it was.
I hate when they show these offensive linemen running 40-yard dashes. Like this
I think
shit don't matter.
I think it's so silly, like the combine sometimes. Like they're not being put in a real game situation.
No, like you said, there's no reason for a lineman to run a 40. There's no reason. They don't run that far.
It's like watching a receiver bench press. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree. It doesn't matter. If you have any concerns about their strength, it would have shown up in their college film. Period.
Oh, here comes Will Levis. He's next.
So they could have set a record for most quarterbacks in the top 10 had Levis snuck in, but he didn't sneak in. So
you're really disappointed with that, aren't you, Anthony?
No, I'm not. I don't think he's good. So I mean, it don't bother me any. Oh,
wow.
Who's that? Ian Rappaport. The Colts selecting Anthony Richardson could mean a long night for Will Levis. Oh boy. Maybe he slides to the second.
Is he there?
round. I believe he is. I could be wrong. Thought he was there though.
Hey, Jeremiah. You're right.
That's
so
great.
SmackDown gets the number 1 pick, right?
Oh, I have no idea.
Or are they giving it to Raw?
I have no clue.
You know it's fake.
Chris
you know that roster. You know that roster's already set, right?
That's why. Is Roman Reigns staying on SmackDown? Is he going to Raw?
You know what? I don't care as long as he's on TV.
Good luck with that one. I
He's
still
been gone
think he's
for a
not going to
month
go through
already.
that often. But now it's like he's going to be a champion then for how long?
Forever.
Like at this point, we've seen the memes where like the new title with the new World Heavyweight Championship that they show like Roman looking like the one where the guy's like looking back at the other girl, and it's like Roman looking back and it's the new championship. He's like, yeah, I want that one now too.
You see all the videos I post? My favorite thing is that guy who puts Roman Reigns versus Godzilla. And then
And Roman Reigns
and
wins.
it's 1, 2, and it's always Reigns music. He goes, and he's got to put his hand up. Roman Reigns versus 2 AC 130 gunships, and Roman wins. He's like, those are my new favorite ones. Every time I see one, I gotta post it. It's so great.
It is. Yeah, I feel like at this point he's passing a lot of people now because there's no one that could really beat him. If they don't continue, if they split him and Cody up, that's it. Roman is gonna be like a champion for 3,000 days.
If they do that, though, then that kind of means that they're probably angling for Cody to have the other belt, right?
I don't think he wants that belt. He wants the belt that his daddy could never get, and that's the World Heavyweight. That's the WWF belt.
That's right. It would be the new one.
That's a new one. That's the Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. The other one's the Universal Championship.
No, the WWE Heavyweight, whatever Universal Championship. It's like the full title is still going to be there.
But the Universal title wasn't around when Dusty was wrestling. It was
I know, but I was saying, but the new one is basically the WCW belt. Just a new one.
Yeah, it does look like the WCW.
The big gold belt.
I never understood
Roman
why they
has
split the belts in the first place.
WWE Championship mixed in with the Universal Championship. So I'm assuming that's the one he wants. That's the one I would want. But I do like the new belt, though. I think it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I do too. About time. I think it's gonna look awful as a toy, but it looks good. Good now.
Not like the Triple B. You like the Triple B?
The Triple B?
MJF's belt, the Triple B.
Oh, the Triple. I was like wondering. I was like, why is he calling it that?
Do you like him and Sammy? This little act they got going on.
Absolutely love it. Love it.
It's pretty funny.
And did you see that he left him yesterday?
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Like they're together good, but it's gonna be short lived because I don't think that goes past the double or nothing.
MJF don't have friends.
But it's great. The worst part about being live yesterday was the fact that I couldn't hear him on commentary because they were just showing him randomly. I'm like, oh my god, he looks like he's just tearing it up on commentary.
He said it wasn't sold out though, right? It was kind of disappointing. It wasn't sold out.
Bro, it looked bad. Like the 300 level was completely blacked out.
Wow. AEW?
Yeah, AEW yesterday.
I don't really watch either one of them anymore like I used to. Been watching a little bit of WWE here and there.
Yeah, well, they were here in Sunrise yesterday where the Panthers play.
Did you go or no?
Yeah, I ended up going, so it was not packed at all.
Ruh-roh.
Well, they got Peter Skoronsky offensive tackle.
Tannehill still has a chance.
You know, my favorite thing about the draft too is all these idiots there who just cheer because they kind of see pick somebody, but they don't know who.
Have no idea who the player is.
They have no clue.
So yeah, I went yesterday and like the camera set, like where the camera is located, that entire side was maybe 60% full, if that.
So they're doing the old Panthers trick. The Panthers used to do that at hockey games. I remember when I was younger, I used to work for the Boys and Girls Club down in Broward, and I used to get free tickets all the time to Panthers games. And so if I was sitting on the side of the ice where the camera is located, you could go to the box office because I would get free tickets on the camera side in the upper deck. You go to the box office. Really, they would have people out there when they scanned your ticket like, hey, do you want to upgrade your tickets? They used to charge you $5, and they would upgrade you to lower levels on the other side. So where the camera angle looked, it looked like there was people in the stands. Which, when I was younger, I didn't care. I paid as a free ticket. I paid $5, and I was sitting in like row 13. I was like, "This is great. I'll do that every time."
Yeah, for real. That you can't pass that up.
Yeah, it seems like they don't have that issue as much anymore. But
no, not now. I think now not only because they're playing better, but they also have like a bunch of these deals where I think it's like one of them is either like a Tuesday or Thursday where they do like $2 Trulies or something like that. Something ridiculous to get people out there to just
that'll get the South Florida crowd going.
Exactly.
Cheap alcohol, they're all there.
$2 for a drink every single time? Absolutely, I'm there. And it's fun to go to a game. Like it's such a different atmosphere than watching it at home.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, live hockey's great.
Yeah.
live hockey is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the I lived in Nashville for 10 years, and became pretty big Predators fans living up there because my oldest daughter really got into hockey with me, and that's one thing I really miss about being back in Florida. Those Predators games were amazing. The crowds were always in. What you would think, like Nashville, Tennessee, a hockey town, they love the Predators there. Love them. Even when they're not not even just talking like those 17, 18, when they went to the cup. Even in other years when they haven't been as good, that place is packed on a nightly basis, and those fans are into it. I love it.
Oh, man, that is awesome.
The
Nothing better than
Lions.
going to like an actual live game where the fans are into the game and the home team, not over here. You
Absolutely.
go to a Marlins game and it's more of an away team. It's
I
never
said
a
this
home
to
game for them.
I said this to a buddy of mine. I love very passionate about sports. As a diehard sports fan, I think I was born in the wrong. What the hell? No.
Thanks.
Wait, don't
That
spoil
was
it.
cool.
Jameer Gibbs.
Wow.
What?
All right.
Another guy who's not there, so it was a reach. Why would they?
Austin Matthews just scored. It's a 1-goal game again.
The Panthers.
Why?
I don't know, dude. I'm so baffled by this draft.
2 running backs before a receiver. That doesn't make any sense.
And we did say running backs are thin.
But so they gave David Montgomery a bunch of money, right? This offseason. They let Jamal Williams go. They paid David Montgomery money, and they still have DeAndre Swift. Why are they drafting Jameer Gibbs? I'm so confused by that. I don't even know what to say. Green Bay right here for the first time, and now without Aaron Rodgers taking a wide receiver would be so perfect. Would be so perfect. I am rooting for that just on the fact that it's like a super slap in the face to Aaron Rodgers.
You know what? You're not wrong. That would be hilarious.
I'm really
But it's
shocked
also like
that
a
the Lions
waste.
just
Like, you
did
really
that.
think Jordan Love is gonna be? To me, he hasn't shown anything that's like gonna be remotely great.
I thought he looked okay when he came in relief. It's a small sample size, but he's got a strong arm. He's got a little mobility to him. I didn't like him coming out. I really didn't. I didn't think he was a first-round quarterback. I really didn't understand them trading up to get him in the first round that year.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things these teams do that I don't. I do not understand this Jameer Gibbs pick. You have DeAndre Swift. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. Like, even if they wanted like a two-headed backfield, like, it just, I don't know.
But they have they just signed David Montgomery.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense.
You have the two-headed backfield. I mean, I think the kid can play, and I think he'll be exciting. He's obviously, I don't think he's big enough to be a solo guy back there. He's a great talent. I'm not trying to say he isn't, but man, 12th overall, they still have holes.
A lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line's good. They could definitely use help in the secondary.
The defense is where I think they need a lot of help in.
Yeah, I mean, the defense showed flashes. I really think had they kept their pick at 6, Jalen Carter with them would have been just a phenomenal fit. I mean,
I had Green Bay taking the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. I thought he would have been a great. I think Jalen Hurts needs a safety blanket, but now they have to pick up anybody they want, receiver wise.
I mean that's what we were just talking about. Jackson Smith and Jigba right here would make some sense. I mean, him and Watson as 2 receivers to build around for years to come. Even if Jordan Love's not the pick, you're going to have an extra first from the Aaron Rodgers trade next year. You can always trade up and go get someone.
Wow.
Yikes.
By the way, I never kept it a secret that I hate the Michael Bay Transformers movies, but this one looks really good because it's not Michael Bay. But Unicron looks fantastic.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Unicron.
Yeah.
I was really serious when I asked Bert in the chat today. It was like, what is that, a new variant?
No, it's the Planet Eater from the cartoon in '86.
Got it. It was before my time.
You mean they didn't want to recycle Megatron again?
I guess not. Call him Galvatron, Megatron. Those movies were fucking terrible. They were
So does Detroit has to trade DeAndre Swift now, right?
It seems like the logical thing to do.
I don't know.
I'm
so baffled. I'm baffled that we got 2 great cornerbacks still there. Haven't been taken. No wide receivers.
It's killing me right now to not have this Lightning Maple Leafs game on. There's 2 minutes left. It's a 1-goal game.
You can't have it like on your phone?
You can't put it on, or you just...
I probably could, but then I couldn't watch Twitter and get the rest of the score updates at the same time. So
I mean, there's only 2 minutes left. I think you're okay. Yeah. The pick is in for the Packers, though.
Who is it? Someone tell me.
We're in commercials at the moment.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think it would make a lot of sense. Give Love plenty of weapons. If he's got it, cool. You got 2 firsts next year, and if he's not it, cool. You got 2 firsts. Go trade up and get a guy.
Yup. Cream Bizzle.
Yeah, man, they passed on some really good players there.
Jeremiah, thanks for the pretzels. The pretzels are very good.
Pretzels?
Yeah, from
National Pretzel Day?
The factory place, whatever it's called. There we go. Oh, this is the Packers trade.
These people are not standing there.
Jared's he's not a draft guy. He doesn't like the draft it's in.
Oh, 45 seconds. Still 3-2.
Let me see if I can find a Twitter feed of it real quick.
If my chewing annoys you, just tell me.
You're good. I had a whole sandwich at the beginning of the show. No one noticed. All right, Packers selection is in.
With the 13th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Lucas Van Ness.
Wow. They went defensive end.
They really don't want to pick a receiver in the first round ever, do they?
Ever. Look at this state rapist. That guy is definitely a roofie to woman at some time in his life.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Thad Castle.
Wow.
From Blue Mountain State.
Why does his head not fit his body? He's the head of like an 8-year-old, but the body of a grown man. It's kind of weird.
That's a fucking boy bander. I ain't no football player. Wow.
Aaron Rodgers right now is like, you see, this is why I left.
I mean, I like him. I think he's a good player. They could kick him inside depending on the package or put him out on the edge. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't – I don't know. It's not really like a mind-blowing pick.
Shocking, though. Like you said, considering they need weapons.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, that's what I would have done. Just load up on weapons, and if Jordan Love doesn't have it, cool. You got the ammunition to go get you a quarterback next year, and if Jordan Love has it, great. You already have the weapons.
That's true.
You know, I mean, and even if it's not Jordan Love, you bring a quarterback in, it's a ready-made offense. You know, you're just plugging the quarterback in at that point.
Unbelievable.
Right. So now, where does the Patriots could take Njigba? That would make a lot of sense.
We have somebody saying
they need receivers.
If he takes Levi's, he'll be mad.
I think it was Chris. Wasn't it Chris?
Yeah.
They're taking a wide receiver.
God, it would be pretty funny if they took Will Levi's here. They are not taking a wide receiver.
Trade alert. Trade alert.
Pittsburgh on the clock.
Ooh.
Pittsburgh.
What is going on today?
They're not going quarterback, right?
I don't think they are. But I also didn't think the Lions were going to take a running back at 12. So
Oh boy, this has been interesting today.
it has been a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. That's for sure.
How's that? Still 3-2, 16 seconds left.
How is there still time on that clock?
Well, I might be behind because I'm looking at ESPN.
I think the game is over.
Every time there's a trade, Mel Kiper's eye twitches a little bit because he was wrong again.
Who? I'm trying to figure out who Pittsburgh would have traded up for.
I don't know either.
I mean, I think the tackles that they might have wanted are gone. They don't really need another edge rusher. Maybe they. Well, maybe it is an edge rusher.
But they're jumping ahead of the Jets. What do the Jets need? The Jets need another offensive lineman.
Yeah, but who? The three tackles are gone though. I mean, I didn't think Wright was going to go that high, but
that's why I don't understand. Because if you were going to jump ahead of them, that would be why I would think to steal an offensive lineman from them.
Lightning put in an empty netter, and the game is now over, 4-2. Devils are still 3-0 with 10 minutes left. Who is it?
Well, that's he's another tackle that's left.
Broderick.
Well,
Jones.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, but they were saying he wasn't going until later. I didn't think he would go this high. You know what though? I bet you that is who it is. I bet you it is Broderick Jones. That would make. I guess that would make sense. And they probably jumped the Jets because they were scared the Jets were going to take him. And of course, the Patriots have no problem fucking the Jets over. So that man has a Kenny Pickett face poster. That's interesting.
There's a waste of money right there.
All right, so they traded the 17th and a 4th round pick.
Is it 120, right? 120th overall?
Yeah, 120, yeah.
Yeah,
These
there it
trades
is right there.
just baffle me today.
I think you guys are right. I think it is Broderick Jones. It's got to be.
This is like a bunch of kids playing.
We're behind.
This is like a bunch of kids playing Madden. I got like a Madden league.
Trades everywhere.
Let's just trade today. Okay. Look at that guy. He doesn't know what century he's in. Tell you what, Giants are probably like, holy shit, we might have to redo our whole board.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right? They're like, wait, we haven't taken anybody off.
How many more picks do they wait before maybe they think about jumping up for someone like Jackson Smith and Jigba? Just a thought.
Or what at?
Well, they have 10 picks.
15.
They have 10 picks, so they could
got ammunition. Where are they at? 25?
Uh-huh.
So it's probably going to cost more than a fourth to move up that far. It is, yeah.
New England Patriots have traded the 14th pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers. With the 14th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Broderick Jones, offensive tackle, Georgia.
It's a good fit for them.
And that's what the Jets needed to protect Rodgers.
Yeah, their offensive line wasn't particularly great last year.
They wasted that offensive line they had. They had all pros at every position at one time a couple years ago. Wasted them all.
Why is Booger talking about the 40-yard time of an offensive tackle?
Why is Booger talking at all?
Well, that's also a good question.
Now let's see if the Jets trade down. Maybe all their guys are done. Maybe they'll trade.
Oh.
Lateral agility.
Yeah. Can he make it to the edge to block the CB on a toss play? Yes, he's fast enough then. Don't worry about anything else. I don't care what his 40. God, it's so stupid.
He's not that big either.
Do the Jets take Levis as Aaron Rodgers insurance?
Why is this guy wearing a poncho with no shirt on? It bugs me.
Poncho.
That does look like a poncho.
Take off my draft video, poncho, no shirt. All right,
That's the move.
whatever you say, man.
Roderick, you're 6'7", 320 pounds. Are you sure you want to do that? Yeah.
So Tampa Bay won 4-2. Devils are still up 3-0. And the Atlanta Hawks are winning 77-76.
You know, guys, I don't think we spend enough time recognizing one of the greatest draft day traditions, that is the Patriots trading down, as they do every year.
And we haven't cut through an angry Bill Belichick anywhere yet either.
The only year he wasn't angry was the COVID year because he had his dog with him.
Yeah, the dog was in the seat. That was great.
And he was at home, just relaxing by his damn self, not around a bunch of people.
I just totally believe that he just hates everybody. The dog is the only person in his life he loves.
Dog made the pick that year.
That's right.
Who do you like, Fido? You can pick this year's pick. I have no idea where they're going now.
I am really interested to see where Levis goes now. I hate to keep bringing him up.
He's out of the first round.
You think
He's
so?
out.
I mean, it
He's
wouldn't
out.
shock me. I mean, Washington could take him. New England could take him.
Washington
Washington could take him. Could see that.
They may take him.
Dan Snyder with one last fuck you to the franchise. Here's another shitty quarterback we drafted in the first round.
If they draft Levis, I'm immediately going to get a pool going on what body part he breaks this year first.
I mean, if they draft him, I already think he's going to be bad, but if they draft him, that just like solidifies it, right? There's no more thought behind it. Like he's just bad at that point.
He's bad, and he's going to break something. He's fragile
He's
all
going
the
to
way.
break something. He's instantly bad and fragile.
As soon as you put on that jersey, it does something to your body. Like it makes
tears a labrum. I'm putting it on.
Oh, rotator cuff. Oh.
I'm glad I don't have the TV loud enough to hear it right now. Just sounds like a lot of booger talking.
Yeah, Booger and fucking Mel Kiper. It's like, really? You guys better find someone else. Mel's best available. If I'm them, out of the 5 available, I'm getting one of them wide receivers. They don't need another quarterback, do they?
Probably not.
They don't offensive. I mean, I would go with a wide receiver. Might as well.
Why though?
I don't know. I don't know where they go. If I'm them, I'm trading down. To be honest with you,
they might not have a partner though. Who's trading up? Like who's trading up right now for someone? I mean, the only hope would be someone wants JSN, and they can trade down to get someone to jump up and take him.
I can't wait to see who Detroit takes at 18 now.
Are any of you guys watching it on the NFL Network or on ESPN?
I'm on ESPN.
I'm on ESPN also, but I have mine low enough where I can't hear it though.
NFL Network, I guess, is ahead because Chris and Jeremiah are ahead of us when they announce the picks. I'm on ESPN as well because I don't have NFL Network.
I can go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I was about to say I can switch over. Not a big deal. Oh, too far.
Man, the Jets are taking their sweet time with this pick.
They probably don't know what to do. Pittsburgh took our guy.
They're probably calling up Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers, what do you want right now? Tell us.
Yeah. What do you need, Raj?
But they probably can't reach him because he's in a cave somewhere. So that's what's taking so long.
No, you didn't hear him. You have
a smoke signal.
Only FaceTime. His house doesn't work for normal calls. Only FaceTime. That guy's such a douchebag. He could go in the douchebag.
That's what we should have had. We should have had the NFL special.
That we could have
Aaron
done it.
Rodgers.
We
He
could have
would have
done
been.
it.
He would have been in there for me too. I would have put him in there. Oh, they're all clapping and happy. What did we do?
Yeah.
We don't know. We traded. Yay!
They're like the fans at the draft. They don't know who they drafted.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, yay. Great job, guys.
No, the funny thing about that is too, it's like
He's good, right?
they're at 15. You know they lost everybody they wanted, and now they're celebrating like they got the exact guy they wanted. Like, dude, you're
Yeah.
so full of shit.
Who is it?
Well, I'm on NFL Network now to see if it's quicker or faster or whatever. Pick is in.
They could use some interior defensive line help too. They lost all three of their defensive line rotation guys from last year.
By the way, this is a true story. I'm in the elevator today, and the guy comes. I have my Giants stuff on for the. He's like, "Oh, are you excited?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "You like that trade for the Jets?" I was like, "I don't care." He's like, "Oh, you can start rooting for the Jets soon." I said, "No, never." He goes, "Why not?" I'm a Jets fan. I went, "Because I'll never do it." And he was like, "Oh, come on. We had." And he seriously paused and went, "Joe Namath." I went, "Yeah, Joe Namath. 60 years ago, you had Joe Namath."
You should have came back with him with your Jets joke. Be like Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon, the greatest quarterback in Jets history, and he's fit to Jets.
That's great.
It's true, though. It really is true. Aaron Rodgers never saved the world from being the merciless, did he? Nope. not that we know of, anyway.
The only way I would ever root for the Jets if they play the Eagles or the Cowboys.
How many
Yeah.
how many quarterbacks are in the Hall of Fame that threw more picks than touchdowns? Just curious.
I don't want to say any.
Joe Namath. Joe
Oh, right.
Namath threw more picks than touchdowns. That's why I asked.
I don't think any more, though, right? I don't think there's any more.
I think he's the only one.
There
I'm
you go.
pretty sure he's the only one.
Like I said, Flash Gordon. What is going on?
Well, apparently we jinxed it because we switched over and they're still taking an hour to announce the picks.
Like, we got to make sure the fountain is green for the Jets. Hang on.
All right, pick is in.
Did someone cut off Twitter? Because I haven't been getting the picks anymore.
Here it comes. Oh, there's 15 people with them. You got a Make-A-Wish kid?
Who?
Some kid trying to pump them up.
No, I saw the pick.
Isn't that Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Some kid. Hey, you better be careful. He's going to make Aaron Rodgers' life a living hell.
He's gonna go sleep with his mom. That's what he's gonna do.
This kid's parents should be ashamed of themselves. This kid is a Make-A-Wish kid, which means he's sick of some kind, and his wish is to pick for the Jets. Shame on you, parents. Shame
What
on
if he's
you.
a Jets fan?
That's the point. You made him a Jets fan? Kid's probably dying. You made him a Jets fan. You made his number one wish to make a horrible draft pick for the Jets. I'm serious.
You made him a Jets fan.
Not only are you dying, Johnny, but you're a Jets fan, and you're going to make the first pick, and it's going to be a horrible pick. There we go.
It is a horrible pick. You are right about that.
Dude's already fucking rocking wrestling promos, though.
All right, come on.
If there was any doubt in the Devils Rangers game, it's 4-0 now.
Oh, kid, you're killing me.
Save your energy, kid.
Who?
Exactly.
Will McDonald the fourth? There was no way he was on anyone's draft board.
He was on nobody's draft board.
Yeah, I don't know that I saw him in the first round. Any mocks. I was gonna say many, but I'm not sure I saw it on any of them.
They should cut to other draft rooms of people just laughing.
That was great.
So what if this is the last thing this kid ever does? I'm just saying.
Yo, wait a second. He's
you ruined this
6'4", 239, so he's not huge, but his 40 time was like a 4.8. And he's an edge player? What?
Maybe he's a hidden gem that we don't know about.
Maybe. Sure, I guess. Has
But
Joe Douglas been? I mean, he hit on 2 last year, so I can't say anything. Obviously, Sauce and Garrett Wilson.
We just jumped over a car.
Well, that matters.
A lot of cars on the field in the NFL.
Yeah, there's no chance that they actually had him. That they actually had him as the 15th player on their board. There's no chance.
Oh, Commander's pick is in.
They keep showing him jump over cars.
Jeremiah said Aaron Rodgers just walked out of the room. That's great.
Wow.
Even Aaron Rodgers said, "Who? Why are we watching this?"
Oh, look at this poor kid. Here we go with Washington. They're always fun to watch too when they draft.
So Anthony, let me ask you something. Is there any team in the AFC East that you don't really hate, or do you hate all 3 teams?
Honestly, I don't really hate the Bills, only because for majority of my lifetime they weren't any good, whereas the Jets and Patriots were always more of a rivalry. So probably Buffalo, but I'm not really fond of any of them. As I've gotten older, though, like obviously I don't like any of those teams. But let me put it this way. In hindsight, I can now appreciate Tom Brady. I didn't like it in the moment. Josh Allen, I appreciate now. He's a great player. I enjoy watching him play for 15 of their 17 games a year. I don't know that there's a Jets player that I can root for any reason. I just despise them.
Flash Gordon.
What about Chad Pennington? You know, he made his way down to Miami.
That's fine. Yeah, he took us to the playoffs one year.
Hey, he was an MVP candidate that year.
He was.
He was.
Chris Summers. I'm a Dolphins fan, so I'm here for moral support tonight, not to actually see my team do anything. And if they do anything, I'm going to be heavily alarmed because we do not have any picks.
By the way, Chris, I watched 80 for Brady. It was a cute little movie. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. It was interesting. Tom Brady can't act for shit, but hey, it was still fun.
Well, I was asking that, Anthony, because for me, like, I absolutely despise the Eagles and Cowboys, but the Commanders don't really bother me. I don't know if you feel the same way, Timmy.
Is it because they've sucked forever?
Yes, they've sucked for so long, and you know their quarterback's gonna die eventually. So it's like whatever. So after like your 10th quarterback goes down, you got to start thinking, wow, we're cursed. Like something really going on.
Do you guys know many Washington fans? I've only met like 2 in my whole life.
I know one, two. Yeah. Relatives.
Do you think that that's the entire fan base there, the 4 people that we know combined?
I have a large family. I have a large family, and some of the teams that come out of that are absolutely insane. I got a lot of Devils fans, which is why I don't like them.
But you're from New York, so that's understandable.
Yeah, but you know what though? Every Devils fan is a pissed off Islander fan. That's just me.
That's good.
That's to me. All the Devils fans, they all transferred to the Devils when Island just started sucking after they won their 4th cup. Then it was like, all right, they're going to suck now for a long time, so we're going to go to the Devils. Will Levis, you're going to be waiting a long time, my friend.
Unless he goes here, which I don't think he does.
Well, his phone's not ringing, so.
Pro Football Network on Twitter posted, we made motion graphics for our top 50 players. However, we did not have one for Will McDonald because he wasn't in our top 50.
You see,
Well, that's
no one's draft board that man.
That's what I'm saying. They put the name up there. I was like, don't know.
See, I don't know if you saw on NFL Network, he was jumping over cars. Did you see that too? He was
Not on
jumping
ESPN.
over
They
a
didn't show
car.
him jumping over cars.
They showed like
cars.
4 different videos of him jumping over cars on NFL
Yeah.
Network.
Yeah. I could jump over this car.
It's like a Toyota Camry. It's like, oh, great.
So, if the car gets onto the field this year, he'll be able to jump over it and make that tackle. Well, here we go. Here comes a disaster.
Oh, yep. Disaster.
With the 16th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Emmanuel Forbes, defensive back, Mississippi State.
You're telling me
Wow. Still no receivers.
The Patriots got to change that here, right?
But it's not just that. You're taking a quarterback. There's at least 3 better out there.
The kid from Oregon would be Christian Gonzalez.
Yes, he's way better.
Seems kind of obvious. I'm not sure why people hate him now. How much money do these agents fork out for these draft parties?
A lot.
He weighs 166 pounds.
Jesus Christ. Hope he gets like a Burger King sponsor. Double down on some Whoppers.
Yo, needs to do something. Holy cow. You look at him. He's got the legs of Kevin Durant.
We're all thumbs up, shaking our hands. Yay, we did it. No, you didn't.
Our Patriots pick is in.
Patriots are taking a goddamn wide receiver. They have to. Have to.
What are we at? I can't see what the pick is. 16?
17. Patriots 17.
Well, no, yeah, because this was 16, so 17. Darn.
I wish they'd pick up the pace a little bit now.
Yeah, I know. But I was prepared for this. I knew this was going to happen.
Remember when they used to do 1 and 2 on the same day?
Yeah. But then I got so huge, they were like, nope.
Didn't it used to be like 10, 15 years ago? Wasn't it 1, 2, and 3 on day 1 and then the rest on Sunday? Because it used to be like early Saturday they would start the draft.
Yeah. Damn, was it up to 3? I remember 1 and 2.
I remember 1 and 2.
Maybe you're right. Here we go.
The New England Patriots select Christian Gonzalez.
There you go.
There it is. Finally, a smart pick.
This is a nice pick for the Patriots. He was my 10th overall player, 2nd overall corner. I did not anticipate he would last this long. The Patriots said,
wow.
I'm really surprised he fell that far. Good for them, I guess.
It is good for them. I think it's good for them.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, there's a lot of other issues, but he's a good player.
He's wearing the opposite of T'Challa with that necklace.
Oh no, I was talking about again his like promo picture, I guess.
But you got to remember, we're on NFL Network now. We upgraded.
He looks too smooth. Chris, you got to be happy. You got to be happy.
Why would the Jets have taken him?
I don't know. The Jets, they've baffled me already. Detroit and the Jets, I don't understand what's going on today.
Yeah, I don't understand the Will McDonald pick there.
And
I'll
there's a
laugh
lot
at
of questionable picks so far.
I'll laugh for years from now. We're going, wow, that Will McDonald, huh? That was a fucking pick we we were wrong about.
Weren't they the ones that took was it Vernon Golston, like 3rd overall?
Yeah.
Guy who like no one had as like a top 10 pick, and then he went to the combine and was freakish, and they're like, we got to take him at number 3.
Yankees are up 4-2 in the ninth, thank God.
I think the Rangers game finally ended.
93-92, Boston. Still in the 3rd. It's a high-scoring game.
94-93.
Oh, there you go. There's still a lot of time left, too.
And Boston returns fire. What's Trey up to? Still at 28. He started missing shots, I guess. Oh, I hate to admit it, but that is a really great pick by New England.
How can they not? Like, I can't believe he fell that far. Like, holy shit.
There was a lot of people who had him as the best defensive back in the draft. And
he was my first. I thought he was going to Atlanta. Way back when.
Number 8. That would have made a lot of sense. Good size, pretty quick guy. Got good ball skills. It's a really good pick. I hate that. I hate saying that. Makes me feel like I like it better when they pick players, and I'm like, dummies. And then, of course, they just proved me wrong like 2 years later.
All right, so we got Detroit, Tampa, Seattle, Chargers, Baltimore, Minnesota, Jacksonville, Giants, Dallas, Buffalo.
Does Detroit take another running back?
We want all the running backs.
I still don't understand why they took Gibbs at fucking 12. They could have had him at 12, Christian Gonzalez. That would have made so much sense.
And they could have had him at this pick right now if they really hell bent on that pick. Jahmyr Gibbs. And you have to spell his name like that? Shame on his parents.
You're going after everyone's parents today, Timmy.
Jahmyr, really? You got to go like all crazy. I'm just saying if that's just gonna die this year, you know, you could have done better than the Jets draft pick. You could have done better than that.
Oh my god.
Well, it goes two ways. Either he announced the worst pick in Jets history, or he announced the biggest shocking pick in Jets history, would turn out to be like an all-pro. You don't know.
We'll be able to talk about it next year. Remember that McDonald pick?
And what happened to that kid who announced it? That's going to be the big question next year for the draft. Is that kid still alive?
Did he have to watch this guy actually play football?
Oh my god,
that's so terrible. Oh man.
Our Lions pick is in.
The Lions pick punter Wolfgang something.
Could they pick? Maybe they still go DB, and maybe they go take Joey Porter Jr.
They better to make up for that shit pick.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I really like Gibbs. I think he'll be a good player, but he's going to be a rotational. I think he's going to be a rotational back. Just he's too small. You know, like at least if it's Bijan, like Bijan's built like a running back. You know, it's like the Saquon thing. You know, Saquon is 230 pounds. Like that guy can run between the tackles if he has to. 195-pound running back in the first round, 12th overall. What are you doing? I wonder if so. Tomorrow night we got 2 and 3. I wonder if we don't see a DeAndre Swift trade tomorrow or the next day. They gotta. Like, I mean, you can't keep all three of them. For what? Trade DeAndre Swift. Get what you can for him.
3-headed monster.
Those never work out. They
You
never
call
work
it
out.
the what's the Godzilla villain with 3 heads? Ghidra, whatever they call him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be him.
And he always loses. Yeah, I don't understand that pick at all.
No, Kuiper's probably fucking shitting his pants. I love it. I need my Celtic update, Dave. What's going on?
Okay, so the end of the third, Hawks 100, Celtics 98.
Jesus, gonna come down to the wire.
Trey is at 28, but DeAndre Hunter has come alive and is at 17. Between Brown and Tatum, they have 50 points, so more than half.
What do you guys think about NBA not reseeding for the playoffs?
I don't mind it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't mind it.
So the second and third seeds in the East have to play each other in round 2. Meanwhile, the Knicks and the Heat get to play.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty content with it being a Knicks Heat series. I'm sure the Knicks fans are too, because we're both sitting here like we could make the conference finals.
For sure.
We're both like, I mean, shit. One of them's gonna make it.
And it's an old school rivalry that was big back in the 90s. Why not?
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about that. Not that I have the greatest memories of that rivalry, but
No, the memories were not that great.
Let's see. Who's their awful pick?
With the 18th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Jack Campbell, linebacker.
Who?
We've talked about with this draft, guys. We talked about once you get outside
Really?
15 or so.
Another guy I didn't even hear of.
the
Are they
off-ball
just picking from a hat
linebacker.
now?
I think so.
They're on auto draft. That's what it is.
Jack Campbell.
Yo, Leighton Van, that's your comp? That's not good.
Another Iowa guy?
I want a big, stiff linebacker who can only run downhill and can't cover anybody.
Wow, I'm so baffled. Detroit's coming off my board next year for a possible playoff team. We'll tell you that much.
Man, they could have. You got to think. So they could have had Christian Gonzalez at 12. They could have had Jalen Carter at 6. I don't know.
This is at least fourth or fifth guy who was not really on the top, like 30.
Oh, he had a
At
good
least?
coverage grade according to Pro Football Focus. Not gonna lie, I didn't watch very many Iowa college football games this year. So.
There we go.
So it's safe to
Tampa
say
Bay.
a lot of this first round, a lot of teams are going to be getting like C's and D's, right?
I don't know.
No, they're the A. A.
The
Do
Jets
they
are
give out D's for first round
Jets are
grades
getting
ever?
Jets are getting a question mark. An asterisk, like an asterisk.
Or
The
an
two
NA not
least-
applicable.
A parentheses, just a half a parentheses for no reason.
Oh, Bucks pick is in.
Is this
Yeah,
Will Levis?
I really do wish that they would. Yeah, we're going to be asking that now, like almost every pick, aside from the Chargers and Baltimore.
Don't get
the rest
Anthony's
of the way.
hopes up. He might
don't know what
actually
I-
be able to go see him play.
I don't know what I'd be more excited about: him getting drafted tonight or him not getting drafted tonight. I don't know which would excite me more.
Oh, look, we got Seattle, Chargers, Baltimore, Minnesota. Would they
Yo.
stoop to a Will Levis level?
Imagine all the craziness going on in Baltimore all offseason, and in the same day, they re-sign Lamar, and then Jackson, Smith, and Jigba falls to them at pick 20, 21, 22. Imagine that. What a
Yeah.
turnaround that would be for Baltimore.
For real.
Certainly removing that no weapons tag.
Hells yeah.
You know, I could see the Chargers taking him too, though.
I don't know what's going on here anymore.
Yeah, at this point, it's like it's a toss up.
Not one wide receiver. Not one.
Which I don't understand. I mean, I know some people were down on JSN. I don't know. I mean, is everyone that excited about Marvin Harrison Jr. for next year? Is that it?
I guess so. Oh, here we go.
Just sounds like the Giants are going to get a receiver, and I'm not going to be happy.
You get JSN at pick 25. I think you should be more than happy.
Kalijah Kancey. I had him going a lot later. A lot later.
You had him at the back end, didn't you?
Yes, the very back end.
Kind of small for a defensive tackle, but I guess if you get to play next to Vita Vea, it doesn't matter, right?
I had him going to Minnesota, actually.
Oh, that's not too much later then. That's
No,
pretty
not too
close.
much.
Depending on what mock draft game you're playing, you might get a point for that one.
Tampa. I had Lucas Van Ness going to Tampa. That's how far down I had him going. And then here comes all the wide receivers that are coming up. Seattle Chargers. I see Baltimore taking an edge runner. I don't know why.
Maybe. What's his? Oh God, Tyler Lockett's not like a young pup anymore. Maybe JSN would make sense for them. Get the comeback player of the year, another weapon.
He didn't come back from anything. He came back from his store.
Tim, I'm in your boat on this one. I agree. He didn't deserve to win.
He came back from obscurity. Come on, guys.
He came back from Target with a bag full of
Jeremiah
groceries.
said maybe Minnesota needs a wide receiver. I think Minnesota might be Will Levis's last hope for tonight. Unless someone trades up to get him in those last couple picks. I could see Phil. Yeah, there you go. That's what's going to happen right there. We were talking earlier about how Howie owns draft night. Pick 30 is going to come up. Will Levis isn't going to be drafted, and someone's going to trade their future first-round pick to draft Will Levis at 30.
Yeah, probably to Philly. Philly will gain another 5 draft picks.
All right, update on your Celtics. It is 104 with 9:32 left in the fourth quarter.
Jesus, gonna sweat this one out.
Trae Young is at 30.
Oh, totally forgot. Why is no one taking the other kid from Georgia, Nolan Smith? Why is he still sitting on the board?
I had him going to Detroit. Actually, I had him going with that last pick,
early.
but
I know as two Giants fans, you don't want to hear this. If Nolan Smith makes it to pick 30, I don't think he's falling past pick 30.
well, who could use defense?
No.
Everybody can use defense, though. Jacksonville might.
Chris said he liked the Patriots pick. Even as a Dolphins fan, I agree, Chris. That's a very solid pick for them. He shouldn't have been there that late.
Nothing with Seattle.
I can't figure out this draft this year.
So there was a lot of rumors about Pete Carroll being big on Hendon Hooker.
I'm waiting to hear that name next. But who else could we see? Seattle?
I mean, they could go a few different directions. They need defense. Nolan Smith would make a lot of sense for them, honestly.
Minnesota needs to start thinking about life after Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, they could be a Levis or a Hooker team.
Saints, even though they re-signed this dude, that's it.
No, the Saints.
That's it,
I
though.
think they're set on Carr for at least a little bit.
I don't think they can move him for at least. I think it was like 2 or 3 years. So they could draft someone if they want to. I mean, they make the salary cap look like it's not a real thing. So
So I guess baseball updates while we're waiting for Seattle. Yankees won 4-2.
Woo.
Mets won 9-8. The Miami Marlins won 5-4 against Atlanta, so I'm sure the boss is happy about that. Any other scores you guys want to know?
Atlanta's off to a bad start.
Well, I think they still have the first place, though. But the Mets moved closer with that loss.
why would the Jets take, if they wanted an edge, why wouldn't they have taken Nolan Smith? I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, listen, you gotta let it go, man. Let it go. You gotta let all this stuff go. I think we're gonna make a highlight reel of us going, what? Who? Huh? And then we're gonna make Anthony going, Will Levis? Will Levis?
Will Levis?
Will Levis?
He's got to go here.
That would be a great video. Be plenty of content, that's for sure.
Definitely our faces after every single pick, just like, huh?
It feels like the first 10 or so picks we're like, okay, all right. It feels like after pick 10, we were like, huh? We're really pick 10. That's where it started.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
Oh, is he getting a call? Or is he just looking at his phone? So there's a 1.1% chance that Levis will be available at pick 20.
Well, this is pick 20.
Oh, there was a 1.1.
Oh, I was about to say.
Say goodbye to Geno Smith. If
Who
Will
put their
Levis
money
gets
on that
picked right now?
1.1%?
Right now. If Will Levis gets picked, guess what? Geno Smith's going to be shaking in his boots.
I mean, if he's available at 25, 2 years, I can see him starting.
Well, you just roll with Daniel Jones at that point.
We're taking a wide receiver, Dave. We're taking a wide receiver.
I don't wanna.
Oh, you know what?
Look, Dan Jeremiah is. I gotta rewind it. Top his remaining available: a tight end, Kincaid; Levis, quarterback; Smith, he won't be there. Then you start the wide receiver: Addison, JSN, another tight end, another edge, wide receiver, cornerback. Now maybe cornerback, Joey Porter. I would like Joey Porter Jr. That'd be nice.
Is the kid from Texas there, Ringo?
No.
He had a rough year, Texas. I know he fell quite a bit because they had him as like a top 10 pick coming into the year.
Giants are getting a wide receiver or a quarterback. I think it's going to be a wide receiver.
I think Kincaid's going to be the Chargers pick. Makes a lot of sense for them.
Yeah, we definitely don't need a tight end. So
no. Seattle pick is in.
Oh, totally had forgotten. You guys did trade for a tight end this year, and he's pretty good.
When he's healthy.
He's fragile, but he's good.
He is fragile, but he's really good when he's on the field. Really good.
Let's see Seattle.
He's going to be the blankie.
Not to, jump in the DeLorean here to talk about that trade because it happened so long ago, but that feels like the perfect kind of weapon for Daniel Jones.
That's what I say. He's going to be the blanket, the security blanket, the blanket.
Exactly.
Daniel Jones is a blankie, especially in the end zone.
Let's just hope he doesn't use it too much.
And let's hope he can score from outside, the 5-yard line or whatever.
Oh.
Do you know the pick already?
Yeah, I just saw it.
You don't want to break the news here?
The Seattle Seahawks do go out and get the comeback player of the year, another weapon. Jackson Smith and Jigba to Seattle.
There we go, baby.
It's bound to happen. All his receivers are left.
Tyler Lockett's getting up there in age a little bit. So I mean, I get it. And Jigba, and that's a really good receiving core. And Jigba, Metcalf, and Lockett. A lot of freedom to move them around and do a lot of fun things with that offense.
Oh God, Seattle's bringing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking people with them. Is this the punt, kick, fucking throw kids?
So 20 picks before we got a receiver. Sheesh.
Joining me on stage are local boys, tackle football players, and local girls.
I'm actually really glad I did say who it was now, so reading how long we would have had to have waited to hear it.
Look at that non-binary person. What is that? Is that a girl or a boy? Number 3. What is that? I'm being serious. I don't know what it is.
We don't assume genders here, Timmy.
I fucking assume all the time because it's not very hard. It's not very hard. There's only 2, so it's not very hard.
Nowadays, you know.
Nah, there's only 2. Ooh, she's scary.
Atlanta up 1 with 6:48 left.
I tell you what, if I was
in a game 7,
if I'm announcing this fucking, I'll be saying, listen, I don't want to say Njigba. Can I just say Jackson Smith? I don't want to mess up Njigba.
You're right, because they don't have the time to practice this. They're just doing it right on the spot.
Yeah, and this is a low enough pick where it's not like you had a rough idea of who they were going to take going into it.
Yeah. All right, charges.
Remember when the players like right out on the other side of the curtain? Now they're like 3 miles away. They have to park in front of this mirror for 10 minutes, and it's another 5-minute walk up to the stage. That's why it takes so goddamn long.
Well, you don't have to worry about the Giants taking Jackson Smith and Jigba now.
No, they're gonna take Zay Flowers or one of the other ones.
I don't know that I would want to take Zay Flowers in the first round.
Unless they pull one of the old, let's take this guy who's not scheduled to be drafted to the 3rd round, guys.
So 2.5 hours to get in 20 picks. Oh, goodness.
Yep, 251 we've been on for Dave. This is a record for me and you together.
Yeah, I know. I think the Christmas show is usually longer, right?
Yeah, they probably go at least 2 hours. We might break the all-time record. The Marvel show with what's those 2 guys? I forgot their names. Jada and Kyle. That was like
How long was that show?
That was like 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. I don't know that I'm making that one.
We did every Marvel movie at the time, and that was a couple years ago. So imagine now a Marvel show would be forget it.
Should break it up into like parts.
Phases.
Or just not talk about, movies that don't matter, like, Captain Marvel or Captain Marvel or Black Widow.
Hey, the Black Widow movie was a good movie, all right?
I'd rather watch Wonder Woman. How about that?
Get rid of the Eternals.
I strongly disagree. Get rid of the Eternals. That's not a bad idea either.
I still have yet to finish it.
You don't have to finish it.
You don't have
to. Just watch the post-credit shit for future movies and watch like the last 5 minutes of the movie, and that's it.
That sounds pretty accurate. There's not really much in the middle that you have to know.
Dude, that's the only Marvel movie I fell asleep in. That one. I fell asleep in that movie.
That was definitely the most disappointed I've ever been watching a Marvel movie was that one.
I woke up, I was like, I don't know what's going on here. What's going on here?
I was awake for the movie and I was saying that.
I was like, why is there a kid from One Direction on the screen? What is this shit?
How long have I been asleep for?
Which crossover is this?
Is that a Jonas brother? What's going on? I don't know. So yeah, fuck that.
So we're at 113, 110. Atlanta. 4:50 left. Timmy, you better be scared. Game 7.
I fear nothing.
Jeez, come on. San Diego? Sorry, Los Angeles?
Because they'll win a game 7. That's why I'm not worried.
Yeah, at home?
At home, I'm not worried about a game 7. I wish I could breathe.
I know, me too.
I can't breathe out my nose. I'm getting more and more scared now at this Giants pick.
Yeah. I've been wanting to like step away, and I'm like, I just can't at this point. What are they gonna do? I'm so concerned
there.
right now.
1, 2. We got to think because
We
the
got 5
Dolphins
picks.
lost their first. We only got like 11 picks left.
How many do they have in the second round?
1.
Just one?
50, 51, 52, something like that. Yeah, just 1 second round pick.
So I'm just judging by
Charge
Daniel
pick is in.
Jeremiah's best available. Giants are going to take a wide receiver. Unless Nolan Smith falls to them, they may be like, fuck it, let's get another defensive guy out there.
That wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Or, like I said, or one of the quarterbacks.
There's still some decent talent there. What a weird first round.
Very weird.
This has got to
Do
be
you think
Kincaid
the
here
A's
for the
will draw?
Chargers.
Is it going to commercials, or are we gonna?
The Chargers, by the way, are the best team to move in Madden. They're the best team to move to another city. They have a lot of superstars. They trade every one of them for draft picks. They redraft the whole team over again. It's fucking phenomenal.
What?
Wide receiver.
TCU.
He's not as good Mike Williams, who probably stays healthier than Mike Williams. So I guess that's a win.
That's true.
Jeremiah asked,
All right.
"Do we think the A's will draw in Vegas?" I think there's actually a really good chance they'll draw in Vegas. I mean, look at how well the Raiders and the Golden Knights are doing over there. I know baseball's a little different, but it just feels like when you're adding something like that to Vegas, we're like, hey, you want to go see a A's baseball game for $20? Feels like something that a lot of the locals there would probably get into.
And if they make a nice ballpark,
Are they going to be the
throw a little
A's? Though?
gambling.
Are they going to be the A's?
That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't heard one way or the other on that.
They should be the Las Vegas Parlays or something like crazy like that.
That would be great. They'll never do it, but that would be a phenomenal team name.
The logo would just be Steve Ferracci on the side of the helmet like this.
on the sleeves of the bet slip.
Yeah, if they're the Las Vegas Parlays, Steve Ferracci switches teams, I guarantee.
The Put It in the Book show is going to become the Put It on a Parlay show.
That's right. Put it all on the long shot show. Okay, I'm getting my shot of energy now because the Giants are coming.
All right, see what Baltimore does too. Let's actually check on the Celtics. 113. 3:43 left in the fourth.
That game's going to come down to the
This
last
game's a nail biter.
There's too much shit on tonight. Hockey was on. This is on. Basketball's on.
Well, there's a hockey game still going on, right?
So most. Wonderful time of the year.
Where we at? Hockey. Vegas? No, yeah, Vegas up 1-0.
So those were the two receivers I thought would have made sense for Baltimore. And obviously they go the 2 picks before them. So Baltimore's got to look elsewhere, right?
I think they're going defense.
Nolan Smith would make a lot of sense. That's keep the Baltimore tradition alive of just take the best defensive player that falls into your lap.
Hopefully he ain't a murderer.
Well, no, what'll likely happen is their medical staff will screw him up and he'll be out of the league in 5 years. Unfortunate, but that seems to be their MO here lately.
I'm trying to wake up. That medicine's kicking in. Minnesota. It's a lot of question marks. David going wide receiver, Dave.
Stop putting that out there in the universe, Timmy. Unless you're trying to do a jinx, since no one's getting anything right.
I have never picked the Giants pick correctly. So yeah, I'm throwing that out.
You didn't pick Saquon correctly?
Yeah, I did Saquon actually. He's the only one I think I ever picked correctly. Because that was obvious. Everyone knew that they were going to take him.
Yeah. Well, it would have been him or Young, depending on who Washington picked. Jesus.
Commercials. Boston.
Commercials.
Pulling away.
Yep. 119, 113.
I love cooking with Al on X. It's just the best.
Is there any reason that the draft clock is this long between picks? Can't they make it like the baseball draft?
I feel like at this point they should know who the hell they want.
Baseball knocks out like 30 rounds in like 6 hours.
121, 113, 2 minutes to go.
That's good.
Oh, get that shit out of here, son.
Yeah, that game's over.
Yep, that game's over.
Williams just swatted Young out of bounds like this.
I don't see Boston choking it away like Milwaukee did last night.
Nope, and I don't see Trae Young making a miraculous Jimmy Butler play.
They seem a tad different.
We'll be listening to this Jimmy Butler nonsense now for the fucking 7 games.
Don't worry, it's not ending until they're eliminated.
We got to put some respect on Michael Jordan's son's name.
That's right. He's a legitimate kid.
You gotta throw that out to Frotch every chance you get. Jimmy Butler. Come on, Ravens. Today, please.
Yeah, like you shouldn't take this long.
If you get to the last 7 minutes of your pick and you don't know who you're picking by now, like, what are you doing? You're really doing all your research right now? The lead is now 8 points. No, it was just 8. Still 8.
Okay, so the pick is in, finally.
I love how they all shake hands. Dude, you're full of shit.
They're really allowing them to show the draft board like that on TV?
I guess so.
I feel like someone in Baltimore is going to be really pissed about that.
Getting sideways mellow here for a bit.
You guys ever go to your one of your draft parties for your team or anything?
No.
We actually, Jeremiah, we went to that one. We had a friend that worked for Budweiser, and they had a Budweiser draft party. And they announced that these players are going to be there, but you don't think anything. And then you get there, and I swear to God, literally, you have Hall of Famers just walking around drinking. And you're like, okay, what do we do? You walk up to them and you fucking get autographs and shit. It was great.
That's pretty awesome.
We stole everything. I'm looking at it right now. I have a mini Bud Light helmet, and on that helmet is Andre Reed and Mike Singletary on the same helmet.
That's pretty
Autograph.
cool.
What do you mean stole it?
Well, they had no, that's
Collab-
no, but they had shit all around. Bud Light pillows, Bud Light. We were stealing. We were taking everything. I'm taking everything. I don't care. But yeah, we had free food. Yeah, Jeremiah Road. That was awesome with the food. Yeah, we had free food, and like they're just standing around. Like I'm like, that's Michael Singletary standing right there. He's just hanging out. I'm like, can we like approach them? Or are they gonna punch me in the face? Like, no, you go up to him. I was like, fuck yeah, Mike, how you doing? Shook his hand. He was awesome.
All right, here we go. Pick is in.
Giants ain't getting a receiver.
Say Flowers. That's it.
Love it.
Baltimore's loaded.
Well, they got the weapons Lamar wanted.
That's right.
I wonder if that was
Loaded
part of
now.
the contract.
Like we're getting you another receiver.
It was stipulated in the contract. You have to draft a receiver for me today.
Well, they still have Jordan Addison. Don't forget.
Yeah.
The Giants were going to work. And Jalen Hyatt, they were kind of high on him too. I mean, I hope not. Look at this fucking suit.
What a move. All right, so does Minnesota go?
Minnesota might steal our
Offense,
last receiver, and then we're going cornerback, Dave.
I'm okay with that. Just not a receiver, please. Ooh, what a catch.
From last game. And you knew from the beginning of the game that he was focused to make an impact.
He's probably happy. He's like, thank God Lamar signed that right before I got here.
126, 119, 41 seconds left. Boston ball.
Yep, that's it. Game over.
By the way, Marcus Smart just broke the guy's neck with a fake pass. It was hysterical.
See, Marcus Smart is one of those players that we talked about earlier that I can't stand. However, if he was on my team, I wouldn't mind him. Wow, his comparison is Tyreek Hill.
They just chucked up a three from like a mile away, and they called a foul on the Celtics. Guy got 3 shots now, so this could put them back in the game with 24 seconds left. Bogdanovich. All right, let's go back to the draft.
That's a pretty big comparison there for Flowers.
Big things happening in Baltimore. Of course, the news a couple hours ago about Lamar Jackson. You got Odell Beckham Jr. What do you add?
Explosive. I'm going to. Anytime I touch the ball, I feel like I can score. And I can do everything from intermediate, long, short, whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do it.
Love it. I know those Ravens fans love hearing that. He can do it all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, get off the stage, asshole.
Comparison presented by Ram Trucks and Daniel Jeremiah mentioned earlier, Steve Smith Sr. I had the same comp for him, and we didn't even talk about it because it's now hard to watch it on tape and see the strong hands, the physicality, the tenacity, and just the general. I'm going to take the football.
You know how hard it's going to be for me not to sneak out of work tomorrow to go see Return of the Jedi?
For real?
Very hard.
You've already seen it.
I don't care. There was a movie theater literally 20 yards away from my job. It's playing at 10 a.m. It's like real hard for me not to sneak out to go see it. Before we started getting people coming back to work, you know how many times I snuck out to a movie? All the time.
You do it all the time?
All the time. But now, obviously, we're getting back to a lot more people. But tomorrow's Friday. We're still not. We're at a 4-day work week, and Friday is not that day, so it's gonna be dead tomorrow.
Oh, so you'll have no problem sneaking out then,
No, I can do it.
even though you just admitted to the world, and
I
the
don't
millions
care.
of people watching.
Right?
Stop me! No
that
one can
you're-
stop
that
me.
Someone from ABC right now is like, wait a minute.
I saw. It's funny though. Every time I sneak out, it's like a ridiculous movie. Like, what the hell's that one? I saw all the wacky horror movies that came out last year.
Megan?
No, not Megan. The one with the house with the chick in the basement. Fuck is her name? What was that one?
The basement.
Remember they both got booked to the same hostel, whatever, the same room, and then the guy disappears, and the girl goes after him. What the hell was the name of that movie?
Ooh,
I forgot.
beat
Then I
some
saw
research.
then I saw the one with the cannibals, which sucked. Down to the bone or
Although
bone and all, whatever the hell it was called.
no one was it Timothy Chalamet, whatever.
Yeah, Shabalala. Timothy
That guy.
with 15 E's in it. And then I saw the George Clooney, Julia Roberts rom-com movie. I see all wacky
I thought
movies
that was good.
when I sneak out.
That one wasn't too bad. I saw that one at home. I started watching Scream 6 and I fell asleep last night.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow night. I've seen it already, but I liked it. Come on, move faster.
Seriously, we're right there.
Let me ask this real quick, DJ. With a Vikings team that last year were winning 31st in pass defense, they won so many games in the
I didn't think about this. Dalton Kincaid's gonna fall right into Dallas's lap.
Yeah, you know those tight ends love to fuck us too. So Giants don't know how to cover a tight end. Never have, especially a Dallas tight end. Dallas tight ends just seem to get wide open all the time.
In the end zone too.
What do you say, Jeremiah? Oh yeah, that's right. We were at that party. We were like in like street clothes and jerseys. Everybody else was wearing like $10,000 suits.
So for who was this?
Budweiser had a draft party, a pre-draft party. It was
So
the
just
night
like
before the draft.
so it wasn't for like a specific team. It was just like a draft party. Budweiser.
Budweiser pre-draft party, and our friend worked for Budweiser, got us all in. And yeah, they're just Hall of Famers just walking around, and we're like, holy shit, we're taking pictures with them. And I said, I got that helmet signed. It's pretty cool.
Minnesota's really gonna go all the way down to the clock, aren't they?
Is Celtic game over? Oh no, it's the last minute. That means it's gonna take 30 minutes on the last minute.
Finally, Minnesota.
Minnesota may be trading, and they're not. Never mind. Spoke too soon. I saw a thing. It looked like the Eagles might have been trying to trade up for Nolan Smith.
I
was
wouldn't doubt.
so.
I wouldn't doubt it. The Dallas
bet you-
or Eagles are trying to trade ahead of the Giants.
Jacksonville will take
I
him.
would be so.
Jacksonville will
pissed.
take Nolan Smith. Trent Baalke drafts for traits, not production. And that's what Nolan Smith is. That's a trait guy. The production numbers weren't that impressive, but he's got talent. Yeah, I bet you that's where they go.
I don't know. You want to put your money on that? The way this draft has been.
You are correct there. Will Levis, maybe? No.
Minnesota took a kicker. Every year they get fucked by a kicker.
And Jeremiah called it. Where is it? I can't post the comments.
Oh, Minnesota lost to you.
Thielen, didn't they? They need a receiver.
Yep, he called it over 10 minutes ago.
grab Jordan Addison. They try and continue to help out Daniel Jones. Yeah, they wanted to get faster. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, is this one of those moves where the Giants are like, hey, if you don't take it, we'll be there in a heartbeat. Well, we thought this was the wide receiver run, and it's happening. Yeah, it is. I believe the commissioner's coming to the podium.
So they took Addison then.
23rd overall.
Yep.
Full 10 minutes before making it.
No receiver, baby. Yes. So win.
We have one more receiver.
There's another one?
Yep.
Who?
Hyatt.
That was more of
Oh,
a
but you
fringe
said they're
one,
gonna
though.
take him.
And I don't want him, so I really hope they don't take him. Jalen Hyatt.
That'd be a big reach. All right, just put Jacksonville's on the clock, please.
Jeff Carson from
Whoa, the Giants jumped the Jaguars or swapped with the Jaguars.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
I hope that's all it was.
I think that means Nolan Smith. I would assume.
Holy shit.
And I hope for your guys' sake they didn't just trade up to take Hyatt.
Again, let's not put that out there, guys. Please.
I mean, with the run on receivers going, 24 for 25, 160, and 240. So that's a fifth and a sixth, or a sixth and a seventh, right?
They gave up 3 for 1.
Yeah, but it's a sixth and a seventh. I don't think that's terrible.
Yeah, but
everyone else is giving up fours, like 1-4. We're giving up 2 picks.
I'm not giving up. Yeah, that's way too much. We want to pick away. Oh wait, it still shows them as having 25 though.
No, it was 24, 425, 140, and 160, or 160 and 240.
Okay, because yeah, on ESPN it still shows 24 and 25.
You know, this could be Jerry Porter though. This could be Porter Jr. here too.
That would be pretty sweet. I'll take that all day.
It does seem like all the good Penn State players stay in the NFC East, so.
Okay, there now. Finally, they updated to Jacksonville 25.
I don't mind a 6 and a 7 as long as it's like a Porter. If it's fucking high, if they came up with, I'll be like, dude, that's ridiculous.
No breaking news, Anthony. I don't want to know before.
I'm not saying nothing. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm still not saying nothing.
I mean, if they go Will Levis, I'm good. That's a win for me.
Not even you mean that.
The anti-Daniel Jones.
Not even you mean that.
Yeah, I don't think that's an upgrade, no matter how you feel about Daniel Jones.
You know, if he sits behind Daniel Jones, maybe he knows how not to make his mistakes.
I honestly can't see them taking a quarterback after paying Jones. Not till next year, at least.
The pick is in.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Are we going to be upset? Are we going to be happy?
I haven't seen
confused.
anything yet. I want to see it first, just so I can see your guys' reaction.
I'm not looking at Anthony's face now until this pick is over.
Yeah, no, I feel like you just gotta.
Here, I'll turn the camera off. I'll make it easy. There you go. I'll turn the camera off. I'm here in
Celtics
spirit.
win. Celtics win. Celtics win. All right, so that's good. That's one good thing that happened at least today.
That's one good thing.
Maybe this is one of the ones that doesn't leak early.
Ooh.
Just this week?
I switched it just to do this.
Acknowledge me.
That's it.
I'm better than you. And you know it.
I mean, I switched it.
I thought you were gonna switch it to we stomped you out since the Giants pick.
No, because if I don't like the pick, I'm just gonna do this.
Oh my god.
Or that's why I
Come
switched
back
it.
from commercials already.
That's why I switched it. So we're gonna see now. I'll take Smith and I'll take Porter. Anybody else is like gonna be a question mark for me. Because those are two legit guys left on the board who shouldn't be on the board still. Well, Porter maybe.
Let's see. Come on, Big Blue.
So, how's it going? Interest rates up at the moment. But all the options have you up in the air. Well, yeah. You know, at NerdWallet, we can the comparing rates of top high yield savings accounts. It's the smartest way to get the most out of your savings. Well, in that case, I'll have another.
If they don't pick good,
Fifth and a 7th-round pick. Damn, are they that concerned? Unless the Jaguars were gonna trade with the Cowboys or something like that. Oh, they're still on the phone.
you know what? No matter who it is, if the Cowboys wanted them and we took them, good. Fuck it. They did it to us. Now we can do it back to them.
Oh, there's license plate guy.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just can't see your face.
That's
Do
fine.
you know who the pick is?
I do not. I still have not found it. I'm actually searching for it on Twitter right now, and I can't find it. It's got to be on here somewhere, but no one apparently posted it.
Because the pick is in, so.
Okay, I found it.
I don't want to see Booger. Uh-oh.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Are they trying to get all the commercial breaks in here now before this pick?
I guess so.
Well, right now on ESPN they're talking, the Booger and all these guys.
NFL Network's on commercial break. Was on commercial break.
Here it comes.
That just means less house band, more commissioner.
Okay. Here we go.
The Jacksonville Jaguars have traded the 24th pick to the New York Giants. With the 24th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Deontay Banks, defensive back,
Cornerback.
Maryland.
Cornerback. I'll take him.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. I'll take him. I'll take it. I won't go crazy.
But did they really have to jump the Jaguars?
I don't know. I don't know who they were jumping to make sure they got him there.
I mean, I
the
think
Jaguars traded back again though.
Wait, who to who?
Buffalo is showing at pick 25 now.
Ooh.
6 foot.
So maybe the Jaguars didn't know what the hell they wanted to do then.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it either way. It's not a wide receiver, which I'm happy with.
No, it's not a bad pick at all.
No, it could have been a receiver.
All right, could have been a receiver or a punter.
Oh, okay. I can relax now until the rest of this. Now we're in Skyline interviews.
I know. There we go.
Well,
You guys want to stick around for the rest, or you want to call it quits now that the Giants are done? I don't care either way.
I am good. I think I've had my share of.
You're about to say you guys are the hosts, so it's up to you guys.
All right,
I'm just
how
here for
about
a good time.
we stick around for Dallas and then we'll shut it down.
Okay.
How are they going to go to the commercial? You just had a 45 Buffalo trade. About
Yeah,
Buffalo
Buffalo's
got the
picking now.
Cowboys now. Jeremiah, who's Buffalo taking? Buffalo's up next. They might take Nolan Smith. They can use another defensive guy after this guy.
They don't need another defensive end though. This could be for Porter Jr.
And I hope this is killing Dallas, by the way.
I don't know why everyone's jumping Dallas though. Like none of these picks. Like I would almost bet money Dallas is taking Kincaid. They draft the most chalk drafts ever.
Okay, all right. I'm not too disappointed.
So you're not disappointed, or you are disappointed?
No, I'm not. I thought Porter would be better, but they might see something that I didn't see. Plus, I had Banks going to Pittsburgh a lot sooner. So you know what? Good. I'm happy.
Yeah, like I said, it could have been worse. We could have ended up with a receiver.
How can they go to commercial already? Like seriously.
All right, the pick is in. I'm assuming Dallas knows who the hell they want then.
Depending on who Buffalo takes, Dallas is going to take Kincaid, or maybe they take Porter.
Jacksonville's probably like, fuck it, let's just keep trading down. All our guys are gone.
Tune into the 2023 NFL Draft on NFL Network to see Rich run.
Will McDonald fourth.
You're gonna be obsessed with that.
Just to throw on my screen, I was like, Will McDonald fourth.
Some little kid's last wish was destroyed by Will McDonald the fourth. When did the Lakers play? They play tonight?
Tomorrow.
No, that was just Celtics Hawks today.
Why did you just eat? I know. Giant beer. The Volkswagen Atlas with best in class code row.
What's left of it? Anything else on? Hockey's on still? Vegas?
Winnipeg,
Vegas.
Vegas still on.
I'll tell you right now the score of that one.
The Buffalo Bills pick is about to be announced. They traded up 2 spots, jumped to the Cowboys. We'll find out why. But for the moment,
We'll find out why. Still 1-0 Vegas at the end of the first. So there was a 0.1% chance that Will Levis was gonna be available at this pick, 25. 0.1. Anthony, you ruined this poor guy's career.
Listen, if I'm with Levis, I'm already home.
I would debate his play ruined his career, but
No, all the draft rooms were watching the show. They tuned in and they heard you bad mouthing Levis. They're like, no, let's just keep going with someone else.
Let's take guys we've never heard of before we take Will Levis.
He's there with his mom, his girlfriend, sister. I don't know who these girls are. Just disappointed there.
I can't stand these shaking hand videos.
Yeah, me neither. Like I said, it's like you didn't get the guy you wanted. You know you didn't.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Buffalo traded up. Maybe they did. Buffalo's going to shock the world and take Will Levis.
Von Miller missed 6 games in 2022, torn ACL. Yeah, the most important 6 games of the year.
The last 6.
The last 6.
Saints, Eagles, and then the hometown Chiefs.
Fuck the Chiefs.
Wrap up this first night of the first ever
The Chiefs are going to take anyone and just still be good next year.
The Jacksonville Jaguars have traded the 25th pick to the Buffalo Bills. With the 25th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Dalton Kincaid, tight end.
Wow.
So that
What?
is why they jumped.
That's
why they
jumped
jumped
Dallas.
Dallas.
And we mentioned it. We'll mention it one more time. We're here in Kansas City, the home of Patrick Mahomes, and I believe there's a Mahomes.
Are you serious?
Love it.
Trying to stop that guy. You're
That's
not
a good pick for them. They need another weapon.
trying to outscore the Kansas City Chiefs.
How do you like it, Dallas? How do you like it now?
Well, they're going to take the other guy then. Michael Myers, right? Isn't it Michael Myers, Michael Murphy, Michael Murray? What's his name?
Mayor.
Mayer, John Mayer? What the fuck his name is? I don't know. Michael
Is he a
Mayer.
singer? Is he a serial killer?
See, I have. Look. I have Dallas taking Michael Mayer in my mock draft. I might nail that. I might nail that one late in the night.
But the more important question is, where did you have Will Levis?
I had Will Levis not getting drafted in the first round.
Oh,
No,
that's
that's
like
not
5
true.
points there.
No, I had him going to Tennessee.
I really thought that they were going to take him too. That's a great pick for Buffalo. God, I hate that.
Yeah.
He looks like a Bill. He has Bill eyebrows.
Bill eyebrows.
Eyebrows. What?
What's that mean?
I'm getting
He
delirious.
looks like
It's getting late.
Bill eyebrows.
Well, Jared,
He
now
looks
you
like
guys,
his face is
now
gonna be
you-
very
now you
red.
have- Now you have 2 tight ends there. It's all right.
Well, just think, if we just push through for another hour, we can break the record.
Good. I don't know if I can stay awake that long with the medication kicking in.
My head. I'm switching back and forth on my AirPods right now. I don't feel like going to grab my other headphones.
No, I want to wait for Dallas, and then we'll call it a night. Because I don't care about the rest of these teams anyway.
So happy though. Dallas got screwed.
Looks like they got screwed twice, which is awesome.
It seems like that's very possible right now. If they take Porter, it would seem that they might have wanted the other corner. They could take another edge player.
I mean, don't they also need a quarterback?
I don't think anyone else agrees with me, but
we definitely have to get a video of how many times that name was said during this show. 3.5 hours.
It's going to be 3 hours and 32 minutes worth of Will Levis. Will Levis.
And then we got to cut to him sitting in the green room. Then cut back. Green room, cut back.
Oh my God. Will Levis is going to get in touch with my agent and be like, why do you hate me?
It's like, you're the reason my guy fell all the way to the 3rd round. Damn, how must that feel? Like, if you go to this, like, I'm gonna get drafted.
Oh, here's the real reason Will Levis is falling. Chris Mortensen is reporting that there are medical concerns with Will Levis's toe. You can't make this shit up.
The dreaded toe.
What, he's
got a bad
like
toe.
A COVID toe?
But which
got a bad toe?
But which toe is the key?
Apparently, an important one.
Hey, Will Levis is the new Geno Smith.
He's gonna win comeback player of the year next year.
He slipped into that second round.
He came back from
comeback.
Yeah, coming back to Kentucky to play for them again. That's about it.
Well, it looks like on ESPN they're basically saying that the Cowboys are gonna draft this guy, Mayer. They're comparing him to Jason Witten, so it makes sense.
So he's really slow but catches the ball all the time?
Pretty much.
Look at that fucking
And he blocks really well.
Look at the Cowboys room. That's not like a neo-Nazi room if I've ever seen one in my life. Those people have some nasty stuff in their history.
Oh, you meant the draft room.
The draft room. The draft room. Yeah, the draft room.
They were showing the fans, and I'm like, I don't know about that
No,
one.
no, not the fan. The draft room.
The draft room, I think you are correct.
They definitely
Oh,
have
man.
some like Nazi gold buried in their houses or some shit.
Mayor's not picking up the phone, so I don't know if they've already talked to him or not.
He was pretty good. He was a Notre Dame guy. I know my Notre Dame guy, so he's a good guy. But I hate when my Notre Dame guys go to like the Cowboys because it pisses me off, and like I gotta hate them right away. Yeah, you clap, you bunch of Nazis.
Yeah, that looks like an evil dictator, like room, like war room.
It does. It looks like the Illuminati room. They sacrifice babies right behind that
star.
star.
The star right behind everything.
They sacrifice babies behind that wall right there. See the one black guy? He's the token guy. You gotta throw a black guy in there, or we're gonna look racist.
He looks so unhappy to be there too.
Yeah, look at him. He's the janitor. Like, throw that guy in the suit, put him in the background so we don't look racist.
Gosh.
Oh God.
Like right now, it's over there. They're kicking his ass out of that room, saying, "Go make us some fucking breakfast."
Oh my God.
That's not me. That's Dallas. That's me. That's not me.
All right, so Jacksonville's not taking a quarterback. Cincinnati's not taking a quarterback. Who's 29, 30, and the rest?
Dude, he's not. He's
New
Geno
Orleans,
Smith.
Philly, and Kansas City. None of them
Geno
are taking
Smith.
quarterback.
He's going to that second round.
It wouldn't shock me if someone traded up for one of those last picks to get the fifth-year option and took him. I just don't know who, though. Is it Detroit? Is it Seattle? Maybe Seattle? Maybe Vegas? That's probably your only three.
Pittsburgh got the first pick tomorrow.
That's from the Chase Claypool trade. Way to go, Chicago.
Yeah. Pitt, Arizona, Detroit, Indy.
Titans were available for them, and they jumped the line for the Cowboys to get Dalton Kincaid. We assumed they would.
All right, give us the pick.
What was the plan B for Dallas? We're about to find out that.
Plan B. This is Plan C, fucker. They got skipped twice.
Bengals, Saints, Eagles, and then Chiefs will wrap up this night. Here comes the commissioner of the NFL with the pick of the Dallas Cowboys.
Here we go.
Here in Kansas City.
All hail
Who's the new
Satan.
quarterback?
All hail Satan.
As promised, the Cowboys pick.
With the 26th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Mozzie Smith, defensive tackle.
Oh, Mozzie Smith.
Michigan man off the board. Mozzie Smith.
I had him.
Yeah,
I had him last, like very at the end.
we
I had him
fucked
go
up
back.
their draft.
I had him going to Philly, but Philly got moved up and got what's his name. So yeah, they didn't need him anymore.
They panicked.
I mean, it's a, I guess, a need.
The guys that I have left that didn't get picked: Brian Branch, Michael Mayer,
I like Brian Branch a lot too.
Brian Breesy, Luke Musgrave, and that's it. That's all the guys I got left.
Brian Branch probably going to Cincinnati to replace Jesse Bates, who they just lost.
Well, fellas, that was an eventful first round.
That was fucking wacky. What that was.
You want to do a real quick biggest winners, biggest losers, and then bow out?
I don't even know if I can. Can you really pick?
Biggest
Honestly,
winners, maybe like a Texans, right?
I don't think so. I hate
No?
that they gave up their first round pick next year.
I would say I'd hate to say it, but I would say the Eagles because again, a fucking superstar falls right into their laps for no reason.
Think about this for Arizona.
And well, they might get another one.
Think about this for Arizona. Kyler's not going to play most of the season. Their roster is going to be terrible, right? They now hold their own first round pick next year and the Houston Texans first round pick next year. They could end up having the first and second overall picks and not want to draft a quarterback. That literally that trade could set up their rebuild for years to come. That one trade is a horrible trade for Houston. I like Will Anderson a lot. I think he's really good. You can't give up you can't give up a first round pick next year when your roster is that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, who are the winners then? I mean, I would say the Eagles.
It's hard to argue that when Carter was consensus first or second on most people's boards.
I'm saying they still got one more pick. That Smith is still up there.
Yeah.
I think the biggest loser is the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too. Because they just made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand taking Gibbs at 12, and the linebacker they took was probably a mid-second round pick. It's the two least valuable positions in football: an off-ball linebacker and a running back, and that was their 2 first-round picks.
Just when you thought they were going to get better.
I mean, meanwhile, Seattle's probably another team you need to give some props to. Getting Witherspoon up there at number 5, and then coming back and getting Jackson Smith and Jigba at 20. That's a real solid haul for them.
That's true.
But the one question we have to answer: where will Levis goes tomorrow?
Levis.
Where does he go tomorrow?
Steve, I'm going to add you 3 more Will Levises just for the video. Will Levis. Will Levis. Will Levis.
Who will he be backing up next year? That's what we need to know.
I mean, he could really, really, really slide right now. Like, this could be like a third. He might not even get picked tomorrow. Wait, do they do 2 rounds tomorrow? He'll get picked tomorrow.
Tomorrow's 2 rounds. Yeah, he'll get picked tomorrow.
He'll get picked tomorrow.
Wow. All right, fellas. I'm going to stick around for Jacksonville. Just say, fuck it. Let's go.
I'm
good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good, too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, whoever stuck around, thank you very much for watching. Mello, any final words before we go?
No, just enjoy the rest of the draft this weekend, and let's see where Levis ends up.
Will Levis. That's the biggest thing.
That is the biggest thing, man.
I feel like I have a lot to say, but I feel like the only proper parting words I should have right now are Will Levis. And that's it. I end my night on that.
Where's the fucking closing video for this thing? I don't know where it is. I'm just going to play our Unsportsmanlike video again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for watching. And remember, Will Levis. Have a good night.
Will Levis.